only because he leaves the other ones for other people. Because we don't have any chairs.
No.
You go into the other studios, they got nice stuff.
I want to go get coffee. You may have to open. I really do.
The musical instruments right now, there's PA speakers. It's a $600 retail sitting at $17.
Where do I get to everything?
It's once you click on the bid here on the.
I got it. I see it. And then everything's here. Man, he's even got carpet this time.
Isn't that guy that's in a coma, Suzanne?
Today's my meeting with George.
You might have better internet this way, but we're allowed going to the troubleshooter stuff.
I know exactly
I want to talk to him about
If it becomes an issue, plug that into there, okay?
Gotcha.
Let me just make sure
Just
you're
on the
all
home
set.
service.
Yeah. See if he would be willing to do it.
Featured items. Let's see what this guy's
Just
got.
make sure you're set in here. Courtney.
Let's see what Courtney's got. Where do you go to all? You click catalog?
Yeah, right at the very beginning it says click here to bid. So once you click on that big square,
Let me know if you have any issues.
there's like these little line items, and you hit go ahead. It says click here to bid on all items.
For everyone not fasting, Jay brought dessert.
That is the most wonderful dessert.
Is it?
Oh,
I'm
click here to bid.
Mark's name. I'm gonna
Do
have
it tomorrow. The best word in the world for a dieter. Tomorrow.
Jeez, I'm losing it here.
Yeah, you found it. Click here to bid 714.
So you have these Denver Broncos helmets.
Yeah, that's.
You have this weird looking jacket. Outdoor gear jacket.
No, that's like there's advertising for another auction before my first item.
Yeah.
So item lot 2 is my.
Oh, you got a ton of these radio helmets. I see. Mason picture. I got to find the odd shit to talk about.
They didn't bring any of those cool matches this time.
A beer kit.
Yeah, brew your own beer kit.
Toy bundles. This is good right
See,
here.
this is good stocking stuffer bundles. I figured those would do well.
Connect 4 games. I love Connect 4. No one has ever beat me in Connect 4. I have never lost in Connect 4 or Scrabble.
Well, Scrabble, you haven't played my wife. She plays online.
Oh, that word friends.
I don't know what it is.
Jay, I've never lost at Scrabble or Connect.
Oh, come on.
Would Suzanne back that up?
I'll play you Scrabble for money any day. Fucking words. Let's do
Anytime,
it.
bud.
Okay.
Anytime.
Absolutely.
I'll give you my wife's. She is
Oh my
really
God! I'll gladly pay. We play $1,000 a game. Let's do it. I swear to God, I have absolutely no
I
problem.
think that's a challenge.
Yep.
It'll be just like the lunches.
No. It'll be done by the rules.
12 lunches, 1 dinner, and $8,000.
I'll let you use a dictionary. No, I'm just kidding on that.
Oh no, we got online.
No dictionary.
Oh, we got the.
What is that online you said, Mark? Play online. What is that? Replay. My wife does every
words.
I'll play.
Is that what it is?
Mark, I'll play you for fun. I love Scrabble.
Anytime, man.
Oh, my wife is really good.
I've never lost. Honest to
Also,
God, never.
I'm really good at spelling, but she can spell.
Now, I've never lost, and none of the children ever complain.
Never come.
I get, how I always get it, is I can sucker people into challenging me. For example, okay, someone plays quiz. Great word. You got 10 and 10, both sides, you get a double. Did you know quizify is a word? So you lay down quizify.
So then if I challenge
and then you challenge,
I don't know what happens.
well, you lose a fucking turn.
Yeah.
And I get to double up and go again.
You double it?
In Scrabble?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
If
know
you
that.
challenge, you double
If you
your
lose.
score.
Should we lose?
If you
So if I lose the challenge,
Yeah.
your score that would
So
be,
let's say I go
20 would be
quizify.
40.
Yeah, plus I'd probably be on a triple word, or else I wouldn't have wasted the time sucking you in. Did you know quizify is a word?
I've never heard of Quizify before.
Neither, but
Those are the words you got to remember, because people, generally if you play someone good in Scrabble, they're going to play quiz. So
How do you spell it?
quizify, Q-U-I-Z, Z-I-F-Y.
That's right.
2 Z's. Okay.
That's it.
But there's a bunch of words like that.
Yeah, there's some books on Scrabble that teach you those. My wife just reads those. She's
Really? I need to get my wife one of those. She loves Scrabble.
so much.
I had Ross going so hard one time in here. So, you know, we're doing our thing. Suzanne's in there whispering to me. I tell him I'm the best speller ever. I said, name any word. And he would throw a word out. She's whispering how to spell it in the ear. And I'm playing it perfect, though. I had him hook, line, and sinker.
I'm the worst speller in the world. But
No, I am.
oddly enough, I play Scrabble. I don't know why. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere and the longest running radio show in existence with the same host. So, welcome. And if you'd like help, all you have to do is call. That's what we do, help. Every single day we help. We recover cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services, but we do something else which is very important. We point out mistakes. Unfortunately, some people call and we can't help them. But we do this show just for the ones we can help and for the ones we can impart information to, because everyone listening benefits no matter what. So thank you for being here. You know, you'd think I'd get tired of saying this after 40 years. I'm not tired of saying it. I love saying it every day. Let's get to the phones, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Today, I have a couple guests. You know, when we have guests, we do not have solo themes. We never have one theme show ever. We just intermingle themes throughout. But we have people on just because it's important to highlight certain things in your life. Today we're talking about roofs because of all the contractors we get calls on, roofing is probably the #1 problem. We have a lot of home improvement scams, mainly people taking money and not doing the work or doing bad work when it comes to home improvements. When it comes to roofing, the problem we normally have, roofers sign up people left and right. Bing, 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 bing. You know, it's like a pinball machine. They go out and get all the contracts they can with all these kinds of promises and can't get to everyone. But then if you try to cancel, what they do is they pop you with a penalty clause. And also, when they sign you up at the door, they usually use trickery. They say, oh, we need to look at your roof. You need to sign here. You're signing a contract. Now, the state has outlined what a roofing contract needs to look like. Here's the problem. I don't know of the state enforcing it. I've not heard of the state enforcing it. But it can help you, and I'll tell you how it can help you. If it's not a state-approved contract, now I don't mean the form. They don't have a state-approved form, but I'm talking about if it doesn't contain the elements required by law, I believe it would give you grounds to get out of the contract without paying that penalty. So that's the thing about roofing, the knock on the door, the trickiness of getting you into a contract. And we're going to talk about why you never sign a blank contract, even if they say they'll do what the insurance company wants. Today, one of my guests, Jay Bretz, Excel Roofing. Jay, welcome. Thank you. The state contract, there really is no contract, just elements of the contract. Is that right?
That's right. It lists certain things that have to be in the contract, such as the date when the work is going to be completed, the scope of the work, which means exactly the items that are going to be completed, the cost, things like that. But Tom, do you know what I think the #1 problem in roofing is that there are so many insurance claims in Colorado that people, they act stupid with the money. Your insurance company gives you $10,000.
No, I was going to say that.
And you don't treat it like, many people don't treat it like it's their own cash.
Well, they do treat it like it's their own.
Sometimes.
No.
Well, it is their own, though.
No, what I mean by that is, Jay, they treat it like it's their own, and they go out and buy stuff with it instead of using it for their roof. Here's the deal. Many of our problems center around consumers not wanting to let go of that money. They want to keep some of it. They've never had 10 grand in the bank, or 12 or 15 or 20, and they want that roofer to leave $5,000 on the table. In fact, many times they are incredulous when I ask them, what about your deductible? They don't even consider it. You know, Jay, of all the customers you come up against, how many don't even consider the deductible and they assume they don't have to pay it?
A good solid 10 or 20%.
Oh, I would say more.
You know, what happens is so many roofers, they illegally tell people we can cover your deductible and things like that. So
and
then,
here's the deal. If you discount that roof to absorb the deductible, they're still supposed to pay the first $1,000 or $500 or $2,500 or $5,000. It is a deductible. Now, can you get away with it? Many times you can get away with it, but it's just plain wrong.
Or you offer them a free upgrade, like
now,
to a hail-resistant shingle.
There are other ways to absorb that, right, and to give them value for that. We'll talk about that and more. 303-713-TALK. Then I want to tell you about a local and live auction that we talk about quarterly. Is it, Courtney Pierce, buy and build? Is it about quarterly you do these?
We do 2 to 3 a year.
And some last time, correct me if I'm wrong, you had floor coverings going for as little as 12, 15 cents a foot.
Yes, I actually believe we sold some tile at 10 cents a square foot.
Beautiful tile.
Yes.
We've had sinks go for $5 and $10. I'm talking about real sinks. What was the most ridiculous deal you can recall, Courtney, on your auction?
I would say that 10-cent tile is one of them, but right now, I was just looking at the sale. There's a 16-piece cabinet set right now for $625.
His cabinets are beautiful.
You know, I always find the other stuff. I got to tell you, I'm looking at a 52-inch ceiling fan. That's $12 right now, and it's gorgeous. And $12. This thing at Home Depot is what, a couple hundred each?
Yeah, at least.
You go to rollerauction.com. That's R-O-L-L-E-R. Now, Roller Auction is a third-party auctioneer site. Courtney is on that site with Buy and Build. So if you go to rollerauction.com, how do you find Buy and Build?
We're I believe the second auction listed. You click on the auction that says Buy and Build, and it'll have a picture of some cabinets and stuff on it. When you click on there, once you get into the screen, it says click here to bid, and like in parentheses, there's like 700 and something lots.
When I went on there, I just went to rollerauctions.com, and I scrolled down. You're the second auction. So which one do you hit then? Internet-only auction? Do you hit that badge?
You hit that big button.
You hit that badge. Now, they also have a search, auction search. So if for some reason drops off that front page, you can search Buy and Build. But right now, it's the second one down, Buy and Build. So many wonderful items that you can bid on. Now,
I just got you a loofah gift set.
Good. Is a loofah that thing in the shower?
Yeah, he actually has those on here.
Didn't somebody get in trouble for mentioning
Bill O'Reilly?
But
he didn't say loofah. He accidentally said falafel.
Falafel?
He was going to rub her down in the shower with a
falafel. Wow. Okay, here's the deal. Rollerauction.com, Buy and Build. We'll talk about that. Have you ever had roofing material on there?
Actually, I don't believe so.
No. So, here's what you can do. You can bid and watch the stuff. Why do you come in on the last day of the auction?
A lot of people love to be involved in the actual bidding process. If somebody outbids you, you're on the money on an item, somebody outbids you with 30 seconds left, it goes into what they call extended bidding, and it gives you an opportunity to counter.
So really, Courtney says, don't wait. Well, I should say this, but he says, you know, really get in on the last day. That's the really part that counts, the last hour or two. And it closes at what time?
The first items begin closing at noon, and every minute afterwards, 3 items will close.
So if people go on right now, rollerauction.com, look for Buy and Build, and bid, there's only a few hours for people to match you. And the great thing about this is there's so many items that there are almost always pennies on the dollar for these items. Pennies. I don't think you ever get... You know how some auctions people get in a frenzy and pay more?
Yeah.
This is an auction where I would venture to say you always pay less than retail, always.
I wouldn't say on every single item.
Less than retail, I'm saying.
Oh, absolutely less than retail.
Now, and almost always less than wholesale. Almost always.
Yes.
Okay.
He's got sinks, okay, undermount sinks or top mount sinks for $2.75. And the vessel sinks, $22.
Here's the problem with Buy and Build. They have so many of those items that they can't help but lose money on some of them because not everyone is going to bid on every item. You're always going to find items for $1 and $2, $10, $12. You're always going to find stuff like that. Always.
Listen to this. 20 gauge, 50/50, top mount, stainless steel kitchen sink, big double basket, $27.
Yeah, that's close to $200.
You're going to lose your ass on a lot of this stuff is the bottom line.
Yeah,
I am. But we're going to make it on some things. That's we're hoping.
He doesn't care because he has such volume. He brings this stuff in house, and then he just quarterly cleans house. So, it's buy and build, by the way, which is always good to go to, but this auction is really cool. Ted's got a roofing issue. Ted, what's going on with your roofing, Ted?
Yeah, so I was one of those folks caught up in the May hailstorm over in the Denver West area.
Yeah, what happened?
Well, of course, within 15 minutes we had everything from, screens knocked in to just the...
All right, so how can we help you on that, sir?
Well, I actually found a construction company, Hoffman Weber, and they did a lot of work.
How'd you find them?
They did. It was through a friend. They were recommended. I'm actually living out of state right now and renting out that house. So I had multiple conversations with these folks. Of course, we had to wait for insurance and everything.
And they were supposed to take care of everything, right?
Yes.
And what's the problem? If you had to sum up the problem, what is it?
Well, first they said they did all this work and they invoiced me, so I'd already paid the first invoice to get the work going, right? $5,000 out of $14,000.
You paid $5,000 up front?
Yep.
And what's the problem?
The only thing they did upon inspection is replace the roof and gutter. They did a pretty sloppy job on the roof. There's bare wood exposed. There's felt popped out. As far as overlap, where felt's
okay, so you're saying that there's a lot of poor quality work. Is that it in a nutshell?
A ton of stuff not even done.
Well, did you even check this company out before you hired them?
I did do a look, just like the quick Google searches and things like that.
That doesn't help. Hold on. We'll come back to you. Speaking of home improvements, of course, we have XL Roofing with us. We also have on the referral list Genesis Total Exteriors for siding and windows and gutters and painting and fences and decks and kitchens and baths. And we're proud of all the people we have. GenesisTotalExteriors.com, 303-679-8509.
I don't know if it looks all that terrible.
Yeah, you want to look at it, Jay?
Courtney. Yeah, Jay, look at it, please. My wife damn near did that whole cabin from your site. She bought even a furnace.
Can we send
last year? Did you have a furnace?
We might have it upstairs in our outlet center.
Yeah, you had a furnace.
So this is the one,
a 95% efficiency furnace. You got $275.
No, I haven't seen these ones yet.
$275. Yeah, for a 95% efficiency furnace, and it's a good.
No, I know, but where's the goal?
Yeah, my brother. What's weird is my brother started the business. That's where it came from. My brother's a salvage food broker. He does like salvage groceries. And every now and then a trucking company or somebody will call him and say, "Hey, we have."
What does he do with salvage groceries?
He resells them on the secondary market.
Hold on.
The grocery part, he's pretty. This year he gets the weird stuff.
This year
Like
is sticking out.
HVAC truck.
What that does is it diverts the water, so the water doesn't come out. Oh, okay.
Non-perishables and close to
But even though
the flea market guys.
She even bought peeled logs. You guys had some peeled logs that made into log furniture last year.
It's possible. But I don't see, like you say, there's not.
I'm pretty sure that's worth. I know a lot of us out there that recognize the bill.
Those are all.
Well, if you look at the pictures he sent, you really had to go
It's
find
pretty
it.
treasures though. Some of those banana boxes come from the back of the grocery stores have die-cast
Well, they might have
NASCAR
said
cars
that's
in
not
there.
So
You see all sorts of cool.
that looks like it's popped loose a little bit.
I know about paper towels, trash bags, paper, any of that stuff.
So they can come on and just pop it.
Yeah.
What do you see here?
Candy.
I don't see anything.
Pasta,
It's just this picture.
Maybe he's saying a short course right there.
I can pretty much stay out of the grocery store. I go to a butcher for my
But
meat.
no,
go to
you
a
get
produce
to the
stand
top,
for
you're
produce
gonna,
and a baker
you're
and the
you're not
deli
going to have
for the
necessarily a
bread.
full course.
And
But what I look
very
for when I'm
little
looking at
stuff
the
in the
course at the
interior part of the
top,
grocery store.
is it even, or is it,
It looks pretty even. I don't. But like I said,
Siding came apart.
yeah, he needs to get a siding guy. The roofer was probably trying to stick the shingles and flashing up under there.
and hold it down a
Yeah,
little bit.
16-piece Snow Haven shaker, $600.
Hey,
This one, I don't see it.
I used to be an adjuster with USAA, and I had been auditing these hail claims forever for these people, figuring out what parts were done and God, these are work. Figure out what was done by these people and what wasn't.
Hey,
What do we
Dan,
know?
can you turn off the
Rates
audio
go.
for a second?
Yours stays the same. Your monthly payments will never increase. It just takes one call to their salary-based mortgage consultants, 303-695-7000, or go online at AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
It's unusual to do commercials about this because if you're an addict, you're not going to listen. I hope you would. Meanwhile, this commercial is mainly aimed at family because usually it's the family and loved ones who recommend rehabilitation. They call the Raleigh House. We've met with these people. They are genuine from top to bottom. They absolutely have a love for people and for what they do. If you call the Raleigh House, they want to help you help the addict in your life, whether it's alcoholism, hell isn't cooking.
Let me run and get the password in here. Okay,
You know, great to avoid traffic.
No, let me run.
He's the real deal.
TSN 5 also.
Nut.
Okay, let me get it. I wrote.
Can you
You
get
know
us
what?
a
I might have it
teleporter?
right here.
I could use one of those.
I think I might have wrote
Yeah.
teleporter. No.
Yeah.
So it's I Heart Guest. Go on. Okay. You can find I Heart Guest. And then this one here.
Looks like Franken was really getting some shit now.
But why? All the women on Saturday Night said he's a
I was going to make
gentleman.
it. Put it back on.
No, they didn't.
Another one came up.
Another one came out today.
Yeah.
This guy's a real scum, man.
You have to, if you're going to buy into one of them, you have to buy into all of them, right?
You know, I think part of it.
Just going after him because he's my man.
The one they're going after.
Be selective.
Roy Moore's the one that you know, he probably didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
I think he's the one that had like 15 people come out already.
Well, didn't he just date young women that with consent? I mean, so what if they're 8? No. Was it? Is
14 was the honor.
That's why
young?
He got one of the malls like kicked him out or
That's what
something.
they
One
say.
girl said he grabbed
I can't
her butt
believe
or
that
something,
wasn't.
but he has
Did it work? I saw a couple elderly ladies being interviewed about that, and they said 40 years ago, where is it, Alabama or something? They said that's just the way it was.
It was
They said that was the regular deal back then.
It probably was actually.
Well, come on. What do you mean the regular deal? That you would go with a guy that was older?
The available pool of guys was so sketchy that it was not uncommon to date somebody 15 or 20 years older. Yeah, it works. Yeah, 14. Ask Seinfeld.
It's not the age difference though. It's the girl's age. That's the problem. If you know, 40 and 60 is one thing, but 10 and 30 is a different thing.
Hi, Tom Martino here. This hour brought to you by Simply Floors. You want to talk about good deals? I love talking about good deals. SimplyFloorsInc.com. He has a showroom at 52nd and Ward. Buddy Mitchell says, much like Courtney does here with Buy and Build, I'm just going to make less profit. And what he does is he became part of a big buying group so they could buy really, really cheap, like the big boxes. Then he decided he's not going to have a big, giant headquarters and fancy offices. He and his team of designers and salespeople will go out to people's homes. So you can go online, Simply Floors Inc., like INC, like corporation, simplyfloorsinc.com, make an appointment into the evenings if you'd like. They'll come out. They have free design services, which means they'll truly help coordinate the floor with your home. Not just, you know, throw pillows and talking about floors. They're real, true designers. And all of it is all in one great low price, cheaper than the big boxes. Simplyfloorsinc.com. And they're also at 52nd and Ward. So welcome to the show. Courtney Pierce is with us from Buy and Build. I've been representing Buy and Build for years, and I have never, true story, gotten a complaint. Never. Now, that could be the kiss of death when I say that, because people say, oh, I'm going to find a problem. But here's the deal. You go there and you find stuff. That's it. And it's such a great deal. He buys giant containers of stuff from all over. A lot of people might have the impression they're seconds and thirds. They're not, right, Courtney? Just regular stuff.
Yeah, this is all brand new from the manufacturer. We just avoid the middleman and don't have to pay all the markups.
You just buy the stuff and literally put it out on the floor.
Correct.
Well, he's also buying containers at a time. He's buying a lot of it.
Yeah, the quantity buys definitely help, and we have it shipped directly to our dock and don't deal with distributors at all.
A lot of contractors go there to buy. But also, you can go as a consumer, and they have an auction right now, rollerauction.com. So if you go on rollerauction.com and look for Buy and Build, second one down, click on that badge there that says online auction, you will find some extraordinary items. All right, Ted's got a roofing issue. Let's talk. Ted, you said it's more than roof. It's a construction company. They did a lot of bad work, and you were out of state.
Yes.
This is the hardest problem to deal with because you hired the company, they did work, you just don't like the work.
Yeah, and they said they did it, and I flew out this past weekend, and really they hadn't. They didn't replace the screens. They didn't replace the roof on the shed.
But how much, really, that's the minor part, though. They didn't really try to hoodwink you as far as work not done. How much of the work was, and I'm not asking if it's done properly. I'm asking, in their minds, how much of the work is done and how much still has to be done, or in your mind. I don't mean redone. I mean done. You say, what did they absolutely just not do?
So they absolutely did not paint the porch. They did not replace the roof on the shed. They did not replace the screens. They did not replace the siding. They did not paint the fence.
And they're charging you for all that?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you call them and say, look, you call Hoffman Weber, and you say, you did not do these things, what do they say?
The first conversation, they said yes, they did, and that they had pictures to prove it. And I said, please send me the pictures.
Right.
I'd love to see them because I just inspected
Then what?
the home.
Then what?
Then the next conversation, a day later, the individual said it was my bad, my fault. I went out there today, and in fact, I replaced the roof on the shed.
So did they say after your complaint they then completed everything?
No, they still have not.
Are they going
to? I'm waiting for another phone call back. I was hoping that I could get your expert eyes.
Yeah. The problem you're having.
Pictures. Yep.
The problem you're having is not just stuff incomplete, but even if they complete everything, I get the impression you're not going to be satisfied.
No, it looks like on the roof, the main roof that they did do, that it is very uneven, like they have overlap underneath.
I don't know. I don't know. Can we tell by the pictures, Jay Bretz? Can you tell?
You know, I'm looking at the pictures right now, Ted, and the picture that you have of the roof, it all looks pretty even to me. I'm not seeing any uneven rows at all.
So where are you finding, when you say uneven, what exactly do you mean?
Up on the roof, as you actually look at it, you just have some lumps.
Is it like a wave? Are you talking more of a wavy, or are you talking about the line is crooked? There's a difference. For example, what I'm talking about is the plane of the roof.
Yes.
Does the plane of the roof look wavy and lumpy?
It just look lumpy in some
That's
spots,
different than the straightness, which is the line of the tile. So you're saying the lines of the tiles are straight, but the
well, no, those aren't either.
Well, they are from the photograph, but
yeah,
then again, you know, Jay.
Ted, there is a possibility that maybe there's some stuff underneath that they didn't clean off very thoroughly. And if I were you, I would go up there with a piece of yellow chalk and put a circle around each one of these bumps that you're finding.
Or have somebody do it.
And then have them come out and tell them, I want all of this stuff taken care of before I make payment in full.
Now, you showed something, a junction of, I don't know, I don't even know what it is. It's siding pulling up and a dented metal, or I don't know.
That's just more of the work they did.
Where the gutter,
when the hail bounced off the roof and back up to the second attic area or roofing area, it damaged the siding and the metal strips that hold the siding in place. So it's just more work.
Look, it seems to me that what you need is someone who told you everything wrong. Did you, or did someone tell you?
The insurance company first went out and did the inspection.
And told you the deficiencies?
Yes.
Okay. And have you paid? Oh, no, you paid only $5,000, right?
Well,
yes.
Did you ask this roofing company to go out and fix all of the items? Have you asked them to do that?
Yes, just this week, because I just inspected it on Sunday. So
okay.
This week I let them know what had not been done, as well as
okay.
what
So why are you calling them? What do you need?
Just to understand from your expert's opinion, kind of what is expected. I love the feedback on the yellow chalk to get that done, and just how long I should be cooperative with this company. What does it take typically to get this done?
Ted, as a roofing owner, a roofing company owner, this is what I would tell you. I would like, if you're my customer, I want you to give me a written list of everything that you want taken care of. I will go out there and do each one of these items, and then after I tell you it's done, then expect final payment. So if I were you, I would write everything out, send it to them, and say, I will pay you in full when all of this stuff is completed, and if they don't complete it, get somebody else out there and have them do it.
And then take it off the price, and take it off the price. Yep. But you put everything in writing.
Yep.
Yes.
And then call us back and let us know. And if anyone else has had problems with Webster Hoffman, let us know. Is it, or Hoffman Webster, Weber, I'm sorry, Hoffman Weber. 303-713-TALK. We have a line open, and let's talk to Katie. Katie, welcome. What's happening?
Hi. I had a small roofing job for my patio. It was rolled roofing. It was about 350 square feet. And the work was done improperly. They came back to fix it.
How do you know it was done improperly?
Well, there wasn't the rolled roofing was not installed properly. The edge starter trip.
But how do you know that?
What do you mean, how do I know?
Well, how do you know it wasn't done properly?
Because the company confirmed that they had not done the job appropriately.
I understand that, Katie, but here's what I'm asking, and there's a reason I'm asking. Did you all of a sudden look at it and it didn't look right, and you said, what's wrong, and they said, we didn't do it right? Or did they simply come to you and say, by the way, Katie, we didn't do it right? I mean, how does that come up? They did the roof. How did you know there was something wrong?
So they did the roof. I came home from work. None of the cuts were straight. It was all very
uneven. It looked wrong. You're saying it looked wrong, and then they admitted it. Okay.
Yeah. And then the contractor came out the next day and said, yeah, we did a very poor job on your roof.
And what are we going to do about it, did he say? What did he say about it?
Well, he said that he would come back and fix it. And so they came back a couple weeks later, and it seems they did more damage. There are strips. So the main roof, so this was just over a porch, but the main roof, when they lifted up the shingles, they damaged the shingles. They just put some silicone on it. They cut my decking and cut the drip edge off the decking.
Okay.
So the minimum overlap.
How did you find this company?
They were actually referred from another roofing company because that particular company didn't do rolled roofing.
And what about the other company? How'd you find out about them?
I was searching through the Better Business Bureau and other resources trying to find someone.
Okay. Just for everyone listening, the Better Business Bureau does not equal quality. It does not equal ethics. It does not equal anything except membership. That's all it equals. And what really gets me are people who say, oh, Tom Martino, people just pay to be on your list, which is the farthest from the truth you can be. But what's really weird is that if anyone is pay to play, it's the Better Business Bureau. They don't give a damn what happens unless somebody complains and you don't answer the complaint. But this is the deal. You can answer it with anything you want to say, and they're satisfied. The point is that people, you need not just see someone on a list, but you have to check them out. Now, on this particular job, where does it stand today? Are they going to continue to try to fix it? Did you pay? How much did you pay? What's the completed job cost? Tell me everything. First of all, what was the contracted price?
$2,500.
And how much did you pay?
None.
Oh, good. That is good. I'm happy.
I've been through some contracts
before.
So
you didn't pay. Are they bugging you? Are they bugging you to pay?
Well, actually, I sent the email that I also sent to you to them, and they're not requesting any payment, but they're not going to complete the work. So now I have a roof that doesn't have a permit.
Yeah, but how much will it cost, though? I'm wondering,
my next step
to tear that off and redo it, they didn't do that much damage. I mean, I see a few asphalt tiles ripped. I mean, that's not a big deal. But Jay, what is your assessment of that photograph?
I've been looking at all the photographs, and she's got about 20 of them, and I would say it's not a perfect job for sure. Some of the cuts are kind of sloppy and things like that, but it looks to me like, for the most part, it's pretty good. The first question that comes to my mind, is it leaking at all, Katie? And I know we haven't had any water or rain or snow heavy yet, but is it leaking?
Well, I don't know. There's been, since they did it, there's been no...
All right, hold on a second. We'll have some suggestions coming up. I'm Troubleshooter Tom Martino. This is a busy day. We're talking roofing, and I want to remind you of the auction as well. We have that auction. Now, speaking of saving money, another thing Mark and I love talking about is converting your business over to LED lighting. By the way, Courtney, have you done that in your big warehouse yet?
I have not. We've gone to fluorescent, but we did the upgrade to the T8s and all that, but we have not gone LED.
Now here's the LED deal. Listen to this. If you, I don't know what size your 30,000 is it? 30,000 square feet?
Yeah, about.
If you convert to LED lighting, this is what I love. Mark, the utility company will pay up to 50%, right?
That's right.
That's based on your savings. Now listen to this. The other 50%, let's say, that you 40 to 50% that comes out of your pocket, even if you finance that, because interest rates are so low, the payments on the financing will be less will be less than you're paying in electricity. So you're gonna save money from day one. You get not only tax credits, you get utility company credits for installation, plus you can cut your electric bill. In some cases, cut your bill by 90%. In most cases, 30 to 50%. Front range LED lighting.
And you don't replace the bulbs yearly. You don't replace the ballasts. You don't have to do any of that.
So you may think, oh, it's too expensive. But you will not feel a dime of it because you get the credit for the installation, and then you get, even if you finance it, the monthly payment you're making will be less than you were paying with electricity. So the payment for the electricity plus the loan, if you don't want to take a dime out of your pocket, will be cheaper than your current electric bill by a lot. Here's the number, frontrangelights.com. Call them. They work from Denver to Colorado Springs, 719-262-2451, 719-262-2451.
How do they set it?
You know, this is, somebody else roofers aren't saying that. You know what, it's not bad. I mean, it's functional, but that's not how a carpenter would have done it.
No, it's got true. She took the wedding ring off here. The roofing.
Yeah, I think we're going to shrink
ditches, wedding ring plans.
Right here? Right here? Yeah. How do you cut it? They probably sandwich them. And my guess on this right here, maybe this piece of it going far above or something, so that
that part of our land is against the
it looks kind of, it looks
so I think they're going to build
but I bet you that thing's, that's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
I agree. It probably doesn't leak. You know, I don't think they.
It's just some sloppy roofing.
I won't construct companies.
You know what this is right here? If you've owned them since you're 15, you'll know this is true. That's just poor management.
Oh, yeah.
The management from the roofing company.
She was a. She looks like a airplane. She's got an own
Well, man,
all trying to get there every day.
Not really. Wait until once we close.
This one should close.
Because right now, like these commercial deals, as you probably know.
Oh, I know. They have so many hand grenades. What is
that needs to be lifted up?
Could you send me that LED light?
December 20th is the first 4 months due diligence period, but they've kind of purchased extra money.
Understand that?
So it looks like
Modified
mid-February.
bitumen?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, modified bitumen is commercial grade. It's not even functional, it's just like regular 91
Well, we have
You can't tear it.
we have a 10-year lease, 10-year renewal.
They've got to put it on.
This has polyester.
He's got to.
Oh, you're leasing for that.
This is good. And the wire is in there. So he'll do that.
Well, they're
Okay.
And so you're supposed to sandwich.
Yeah, they were going to close this. I'll be back if needed. Tomorrow.
They're putting 970 on the ground right now.
No,
It's going to run there.
what was he going to do first? Was he going to do the foot or something?
You know, I
like a
don't know. Say that again?
Was he going to do something to use that orange cord?
When that happens, it's going to absolutely devastate traffic. We're supposed to be, I wouldn't mind right now. So, what area are you looking at?
My guys do that job. Somehow it slips through the cracks and gets there. I'm like, drop it. But I'm going to do that. Because I'm going to go out and I'm going to charge more. You can accept it the way it is.
The guy that's helping us saying about is in there just
Spiritual.
But once I wanted
closer
to
to central, which is fine.
No, I know. It was the years. We're going to look at now we need our options right and change the stubs to that.
We're not going to have all this other stuff.
How do you get it?
The brother side,
He
separate areas.
He made that very clear.
That's somebody, that's a general contractor, not managing.
Yeah.
That's what they're getting paid for.
When writing new transition, when somebody stood there and seen it, and when they're pouring the floor, they not out of it because it's just going to turn. I see egregious, pigs. What do they say? But you know what? But even the egregious things has happened to you. Oh, I've had some dumb stuff. They have. No, it's true. You just go fix it. I like to give homeowners an option because that way it puts them in control. I had a guy out there in Mexico. It's pretty crazy that changed. Literally like 4 years ago, we can bring our entire
What do you do? You dig for the 30,000 pairs and all that on the
fluorescence
weather for the national weather.
LED wasn't the big thing.
People figure out you dig $30,000 repair plus the fine.
How many days was it down?
It's down. I get myself the way I have it to figure.
I'm going to just email him and let him know.
Can I shut? I get rid of my add all these cameras. I get these here things, these extra.
He's out there big and night. I didn't see it.
No, well, they're off. Yeah. Can I just get rid of them? Courtney, you gotta go try a piece of that bread I brought in. The reason I'm saying is lay down in there, okay? This is
oh, I want it. Where is it?
It's 41 at that time.
I would like to micro it.
No, I didn't understand where you should.
Yeah.
Mark, I think the loofahs already went up a little since you talked about it.
The loofah gift kit.
Bill O'Reilly's bought a dozen of them.
You're right.
You know, Courtney just told me that the loofah gift pack on Roller Auction just went up. Can you confirm that? Courtney, did the loofah actually go up in value since we talked about it? Tom, can you imagine this? I mentioned the loofah gift pack, and people are... Is it really
a loofah gift pack?
I swear to God it is. He's got numerous ones.
Is that loofah that material that has holes in it like a netting?
It's like a burrito.
Yeah, it's 3 loofah brushes and 1 back brush all in one lot.
Did you see the toy lots he has? Like a bunch of toys put together for one price. Did you mix and match those yourself?
I did.
Are you kidding me, man?
He's got everything.
Yeah, well, we had cases of different stuff, so I mixed it all together so you could make a stocking stuffer bundle, kind of.
Let's go back to Katie. We got a problem here. Okay, and Excel Roofing's with us today. Katie, so... it's really not that bad because it's $2,500. You haven't paid it yet. But are you thinking, because of what they did, that now it'll be more than that to get it redone?
Yes, and the other big issue was the siding that they were supposed to install, and the siding was also very poorly installed.
Yeah, but if you're not, let's say they don't get paid. You were going to pay for all of that. So the question is, did you lose anything by this bad deal? Because will it cost more than the original, or was that original bid underbid anyway? So here's what we have to do, and you have to do it. We'll provide you the experts. But here's what you have to do. You came to us for help, and I promise you this is the path. First, find out what the contract should have cost. And I mean that sincerely, meaning like obviously it's not going to be 10 grand, but maybe 2,500 was unrealistic. And actually, that would be their fault and your fault because you entered into an unconscionable contract if he did it and can't do it. But I wouldn't pay him a dime. But let's say, for argument's sake, any normal contractor, after you talk to 2 or 3, would have charged $3 grand for this job, all right? Then what you need to do, since you didn't pay a dime, you need to think, how much will this cost to fix? Okay, let's say it's going to cost $3,500 because this guy screwed up. I would take the normal cost that it would have cost, $3 grand, and that's how much you need to pay. You would have had to pay that anyway, whether you met this guy or not. But the extra $500 as a result of his incompetence is what we will help you go after. Is that pretty clear? That's the way we want to handle this. So I would do it that way. I would look for what I'm recommending is what would this job normally cost? If it maybe $2,500 was unrealistic. So let's say the job would normally cost $3,000. So what did she lose? Whatever it cost above that to fix his screw up. Now remember, you don't pay him a dime. I'm hoping he's not going to come after you. Are you sure he's not going to come after you for it?
Yeah, so I have it in writing that
Good.
he will...
Okay, good. Let's start. Who do we get, Jay, to go out and evaluate that job?
Well, I'm curious exactly what she has in writing. Does he say that he's willing to just not take any money on the job?
Let's just say that's true. What do we do? Who can evaluate that job? Is that something you guys do?
Absolutely. We can go out there and evaluate it.
Right,
it looks like she has some siding issues also. Katie, was the siding part of the deal?
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
So evaluate the job and get a fair price of what it should have cost normally. And then decide if you lost anything as a result of him. My guess is you probably did not lose anything. You didn't get it fixed. You lost time. You were aggravated, Katie, but I don't think you're hurt. So we're going to find out.
So Katie, give your name and phone number to Suzanne, and we will give you a call. We'll set up a time, come out there, and we will get you some numbers and tell you what we think you should do.
Okay, that sounds fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you for calling us. Suzanne, get Katie's information.
And you know what Jay always says that I love? You don't pay a cent.
At Excel Roofing.
Until you're content.
You don't pay a cent.
You say that, Mark,
I love it.
3 times a week.
Well,
no, not every week.
Here's why I love it. Because I truly think when it comes to home improvement, everything should be done that way.
I know.
Everything.
I don't believe you have to do it that way.
Even on progression payments, you could do...
Can I say this? I prefer that way. I think it's absolutely the best way. There's no way better than that. But I don't require that. Now, I don't like big money up front for nothing under any circumstances. But you were talking about progressive payments.
Yeah, as soon as work's completed, go ahead and pay for it. But it's the cash up front when no work has been done. That's where everything goes wrong. Or when materials are delivered, or when they order something special in your name. Listen, if you are listening and you're hard of hearing, turn up the radio. If you have tinnitus, if you have a hearing loss, I don't want to make light of this, but I do love this idea. Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center opened up 10 more slots. Now, here's what we do. They get these hearing aids, smart hearing aids. That means they're compatible with smartphones, and they are allowing 10 people to get $1,000 off. We don't know how long it'll last. When they do that 10, if the manufacturer lets them do it again, they do it again and again and again. So far, we've done this, I think, 3 times, and we're doing it again today. So what they're doing is they're allowing 10 slots to be open for people for a $1,000 discount off of their already low price. Remember, these are iPhone and Android compatible. You no longer have to have a separate controller for your hearing aids, and they also help with tinnitus. What it does is it truly generates a sound that cancels out tinnitus. It's wonderful. I want you to check them out. You get a free test drive. You also get an evaluation. Here's what you have to do. You have to call for the evaluation, and you'll be in line for the $1,000 off. So you make your appointment and make your deal there. You don't have to buy them, but you'll be in line for the $1,000. 303-534-0163. It's only open for the next 10 people. 303-534-0163. That's for the $1,000 off. You can call about the hearing aids anytime you want, but for the $1,000 off, the next 10. 303-534-0163.
This report is brought to you by Office Depot Office Max.
Problems at a minimum across the metro area drive. Good news, that crash on the westbound side of the turnpike at Cherryvale, that's been cleared out of the way. Still residual backups to McCaslin. It's slow to recover on that stretch, but it is improving along that section. Eastbound is back up to speed too. Off-highway, watch out for wreck on the westbound side of Colfax, approaching Park Avenue. Some delays there. And there's a minor wreck on the highway westbound I-70 after Peoria. Looks like it's off to the shoulder, not causing
down, and no mortgage insurance. Take AIM, Affordable Interest Mortgage, 720-895-0500. We all know rates are going to go up, so why keep putting it off when you can borrow money in the 3s? Do you know paying mortgage insurance is like adding 1.5% to your current rate without the tax deduction? Why? Take AIM, 720-895-0500. Call now and find out how to pay off your home faster, save over $100,000 in excess interest that you get to keep, all without changing one penny of your spending habits. Take AIM, 720-895-0500. VA loans to 100% with cash out in the low threes. We've been serving Colorado since 2001. Where it's all about you is not just our motto, it's who we are. Get the respect you deserve. Affordable interest mortgage, 720-895-0500. NMLS 298191, regulated by DORA, equal credit lender.
We all want clean carpets for the holidays, and we also want to do something kind for our fellow man. Now you can do both with Zero Res. That's right, Zero Res is cleaning for coats. You can have truly clean carpets for the holidays and help those in need at the same time. When Zero Res shows up to clean your carpets with their patented empowered water technology that leaves no residue, they'll pick up whatever gently used coats or jackets you want to donate. And they're doing 3 room areas for just $119. 303-471-5150. You know, I can't believe how clean my carpets feel when Zero Res is done with them. It's all without soaps, harsh chemicals, or detergents. Hi, I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. When I walk on my carpets after Zero Res, they feel new. 303-471-5150 and donate your gently used coats or jackets. 303-471-5150 or ZeroResDenver.com.
Message and data rates may apply.
Has dinner got you down? Sick of awful frozen meals or unhealthy fast food? Don't despair, because Martha Stewart is doing a free taste test, giving away free full-size meals from her new meal kit delivery service, Martha and Marley Spoon. All fresh ingredients with Martha's delicious and easy recipes. You're eating in just 30 minutes. To be part of Martha's at-home taste test and get 3 free meals, be one of the first 100 people to text the word 55-TASTE to 555-888. It's so easy. Text us now. Martha and Marley Spoon meals are easy, simple, and delicious. And right now, Martha wants you to enjoy 3 of her best 30-minute meals for free, so you can save time and enjoy eating dinner again. To be part of Martha's at-home taste test and get your 3 free meals, be one of the first 100 people to text 55-TASTE to 555-888. That's 55-TASTE to 555-888. 55-TASTE to 555-888.
Ross Kaminsky, mornings 5 to 10.
You've come to expect the best political and economic conversations from this show, so how about Senator Mike Lee and Trump advising economist Steve Moore both talking tax reform with us Thursday morning here on 630 KHOW.
Call it love and devotion. Call it a mom's adoration. Foundation, a special bond of creation.
Hi. Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. It's not too late to start thinking about Christmas presents. So, I'm going to do a public service for everyone listening, especially men who are clueless. I think men in general are the worst gift givers in the world. They just are. They don't mean to be, but they are.
I give Suzanne the gift of my comfort.
Okay. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I'm going to give Suzanne the badge of honor of heroics. What we need to do.
Tom, didn't I do that? Didn't I already say give her like producer of the year?
That
you
was
did.
so sweet,
and having
Jay.
to deal with Mark was the bonus on top of that.
Yeah.
That's the Christmas.
That's the trophy.
Jay's Excel Christmas party we went to. Okay, now here's what we're going to do. Katie, we took care of. We got Katie taken care of. We're going to go to Daniel and anyone else who calls 303-713-TALK. But I have another thing to ask. Women, especially, but men too, because men accuse women of being bad gift givers. I want you to call, especially women, tell us what the ideal gift is. I don't mean necessarily for you individually this year, but just in general. You can be specific. I would like to know for some ideas. I'd like to get my listeners' ideas. I would like to know what they feel are the ultimate gifts. So please, let me start with Suzanne. Suzanne, give me an idea of some good gifts that you would be thrilled to get. And I don't necessarily mean specifically this year, but Give me an idea of good gifts.
Oh, well, for me personally or for women?
No, I want to know. No, I don't want you to talk for women. I want you to talk about you, because if each woman talks about them, we're going to get an idea of what clicks with women.
Oh.
So what is a good gift?
For me, like a gift certificate for yoga clothes or something.
Really?
Those things are expensive,
that's simple.
Tom.
That's simple.
Yeah.
What else?
How about a coupon for a free back rub from me?
Do you like...
I love good bottles of wine.
Do you... Okay. Do you like jewelry?
Especially living with Mark.
Do you like jewelry?
I love jewelry. You give me jewelry almost every year, and I love it.
Okay. Great. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Daniel, what's going on? Daniel. I hope he's there. He's been waiting. Daniel, landlord issues? If not, Daniel, you can call back. I'm going to drop this line right now, 303-713-8255, and I'm going to go to Courtney to check in on the auction. What are some of the items? Now, rollerauction.com, you go to buy and build, the buy and build auction, and there are some ridiculous prices. Things are going for ridiculously cheap. And it closes at noon, right?
Yes.
And that means if things are close, they keep it going. But to make a long story short, this is the time you should be bidding, from now till about noon, or a little thereafter if they extend them.
I found some decorative rugs. $17. These things are like 53 inches by 77. That's way cheap.
Yeah, there's some amazing deals still. I'm clicking through this and looking at it. There's still a 16-piece set of brand new kitchen cabinets for $650. That's a $3,000 set of cabinets.
What kind of cabinet?
They're actually white shaker cabinets, Tom, very similar to what you have.
I have those, and I want to tell you something about those white shakers. When he said normally $3,000, he means normally $3,000 at his place.
At Buy and Build, right.
It is not normally $3,000. We did a laundry room. Stephanie and I did a laundry room. I'm going to tell you something, what we did. We priced this at Home Depot, $12,000. Home Depot. For the countertops and the cabinets. Home Depot. We went to Buy and Build. We went other places. They were more expensive. The cheapest was $8,500. Buy and Build, $1,400.
Marshall Micro Stack amplifiers for a guitar.
Marshall.
$23.
Wow. Okay, we got a lot more to talk about. Get your calls in, 303-713-TALK. David will take your call, and Ron will take your call, and Mandy, your call too. Adults who have crooked teeth and always want to... Is that the mini stack?
No, it's a micro stack.
It's huge. And it's funny because it's a real amp, and it stands like that tall, and it looks just like a Marshall stack. And then the other Marshall stack's actually a refrigerator.
Yeah,
Is it a Bluetooth, that Marshall?
I don't know.
Jay, thank you so much. My wife unwrapped her gift.
Which one did you get?
You know which one? The big one that looks like a loofah. Oh, these were delicious.
You're going to think they have crack in them.
You won't want to saw when my wife unwraps her gift on Christmas morning. It's always a surprise to me. She buys her own gift and wraps it for everything. Wraps it, and I get the surprise.
I think Mark just got off the hook easy, man. Okay, gift certificate for yoga pants. Boom, that's done.
More about my back robes.
My wife always gets what she wants.
With optional back rub.
Coupon lets you make dinner for me one time.
I had my boys give my mom coupons one time for yard cleaning. That was her present, and she loved it. They went over and cleaned the yard with her.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, they screwed around the whole time.
They spent time with her.
Yeah, they spent time, and they did some.
Well, that's what sort of barking mean well.
So that one circular thing, that's called a conch. A conch is the word for shell in Spanish.
Yep.
And they make these, they put those designs in them so it looks like a shell. Oh my God, they're good.
We go to, my mom lives in Mexico half the year, so I'm going down there in a couple of weeks.
Oh, so you know about Padre?
One place, Gigante is a giant store. I mean, it's giant, right? They have a bakery section. You get like a pizza pan and tongs.
Yeah, man. This is the same exact deal. This is the same deal.
It's hard not to
overbuy. You get a big tray and you get these tongs and you just...
I would find the empanadas from a little street vendor. Street vendor ladies.
17.
What part of Mexico does she live in?
Puerto Vallarta.
Puerto Vallarta?
Oh, wow.
Probably started somewhere.
What is it?
Nobody loves it. She lives almost the exact opposite. She lives on the south end of town.
You enjoying those carbs?
Oh, yes. I know.
She lives right past Los Altos. So listen, At La Jolla de Mismaloya.
Pretty
close to the zoo.
I know exactly where La Jolla de Mismaloya is.
Yeah, she has one of the cottages there. It's a beautiful little cove.
And last time I was there, I hiked out on the rocks over by there, and I got lunch, and they barbecued a red snapper. I love getting barbecued red snapper Mexican style.
It's so good.
They put the onions and the peppers on it with the refried beans. You get the whole fish.
It's so good.
Oh my God, that's good.
Machinango.
His mom lives in Puerto Vallarta, and he knows about Ponderias. He said, yeah, they give you a big pizza plate and these tongs, and you go around.
It's like a kid in a candy store for real.
That place is just like going to Mexico, don't you think?
Honest to God.
Everybody in there speaks Spanish?
Well, and then you go pay, and it's like it's $4. And you're like,
All the places I go, they all speak English down Mexico.
You're going the wrong places there.
Well, Rocky Point.
Where do you go?
Most I have to go every year down to Algodones for dental work.
I don't know where Algodones is.
Right across from Yuma.
Okay.
3 square blocks, 400 world-class dentists. Yep.
You know about that, Tom? You go right across the border and it's nothing but dentists?
Nice ones, too. Yeah, they really are. They're really high quality.
For what, a third of the price?
About a fifth of the price.
A third of
the price.
Dennis and donkey shows.
It's unbelievable down there. Their medical care and the way our
Dentist does the donkey show.
But he does walk. Very unfortunate. He had to get his leg amputated.
Oh no.
In Mexico, my dad. He's in ICU for 8 days, and upstairs for another 7 days. He's in the hospital for 15 days before he medevaced back to America.
This wasn't
Our
long ago.
entire last year, year and a half ago. The entire bill, plus we got a discount, was like less than $60,000. And we got a 10% discount.
How long has it been since you
It
lost your
would have been over $500,000.
Oh, easily. Since you lost your loved one.
It's just over 2 years now.
I remember that.
July.
That was a crazy.
God almighty, they were engaged. Were you on some kind of special...
Yeah, we were 60 days before our wedding. Until you're right, planning, that's where we were going to
You were planning the wedding. That's what was crazy.
Yeah, it was,
Can you believe this? And it was sudden. She wasn't sick.
and then I lost Dad about 7 months after that.
And she wasn't sick, was she?
No, not at all. We one of our greatest weekends. We
She died with you in the hotel.
She just didn't wake up.
I would freak out.
It was horrible.
Anybody would freak out.
Only because, not only, but it's the suddenness. You know, she wasn't sick. You didn't nurse her. You didn't say goodbye. It's like all of a sudden.
No, we had a magical weekend. And
did you ever find out what happened? Was it a heart attack?
The other was, they don't know. They really don't know. No aneurysm, no heart attack, no restrictive.
Well, you would guess aneurysm would be numero uno.
So, wow. Have you dated?
When I still sort of question that, because
dated
her dad just had an aneurysm on Halloween night. He's doing really, really good. He's great health-wise, but it runs in the family. It's a genetic thing, so I think there might have been some.
My friend
That's not as sudden as they think.
grandmother,
A little bit. I haven't done too much, but I've done that a few
Mom,
times on
2
some
sisters, and now
being really picky right now.
my friend's wife's sister, all that family. 11 of them.
Oh, man, I
The
can't.
older the crazier. The older we get, the crazier. The guy dropped his car off at a stereo place, went out and got a ride home and dropped dead of an aneurysm. Well, he dropped dead. He's now. But you know, he's just plugged into the machine.
Yeah, my father-in-law got super lucky. His wife was sitting right next to him when it happened. He was on 911. They were there within 3 minutes. He actually is on the top 2% for healing. He's fine. He's at home. No restrictions.
Was it in the brain? Where was it?
It was in the brain.
Oh, I got my stepdaughter here has some sort of little tumor controlled by medication, and she had to go off of it. She got pregnant. But it's pituitary, right? Yeah. Those are common. Yeah. Anyway, she had to go off the medication when she was pregnant. She started having headaches, and they said, well, it's because you're off that medication. Finally, she insisted, and she went and she had an aneurysm ready to break. She was 7 months pregnant. This was in Phoenix, and the exact same day, another what woman. do they do when they find an aneurysm that hasn't burst? What do they do? They fix it.
Operate.
They fix it somehow. You got to do it immediately.
Like a screen mesh in there.
Like a stent. Because an aneurysm is a balloon of the artery, right? It's a balloon. On the same day, another lady that was pregnant, 5 months pregnant in Phoenix, died of an aneurysm, and they kept her body alive till she had the baby. It's a weak spot in the artery. Yeah, it's just a blood. And
yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
11 women on my friend Gary's wife's side of the family, 11 of them died of aneurysms. So it is very, must have been very genetic. So 5559.
This is the
I need somebody.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. This hour brought to you by Centeno Schultz. If you're looking for real stem cell therapy, I will direct you to Centeno Schultz. Dr. Chris Centeno. He's also with Regenex. They are known as Regenex as well, and Centeno Schultz in Broomfield. Dr. Chris Centeno was the very first doctor to perform stem cell therapy many years ago. And in fact, he was so aggressive he got in trouble with the FDA about it. The reason I mention that, there's a good reason. If you Google him and you see that, you might think, oh my God, you know, this guy got in trouble. But it wasn't for anything bad. It was for doing stem cells in a concentrated fashion, and the FDA considered it to be a drug, and they say drugs have to go through an approval process. That's the only reason. So nowadays, to do stem cells, you're not allowed to do what he was trying to do, which is concentrate them to that degree. You have to find them in concentration already, and then you can only minimally manipulate them. And so Dr. Centeno does that. He harvests them from your bone marrow or from your fat cells and then redelivers them with guided injections. It's very important to know that this clinic I have checked out top to bottom, and they're one of the few clinics that actually use true living stem cells. In fact, you cannot have fluid shipped into a place like these chiropractors are doing and call it living stem cells. They do it, but it's not. It's amniotic fluid. Yes, it's derived from stem cells. It has some growth factors, but it's not near as effective. Centeno Schultz is in Broomfield, and I urge you to get them checked, get checked out by them before surgery if you're having any problems with backs and shoulders and hands and all of that. Even ACL tears, they've helped. 303-963-9201, 303-963-9201. Okay, Buy and Build's auction is up and running at rollerauction.com, and then look for Buy and Build. And let us know if you bid on anything or what you're interested in. Then I have Jay Bretz from Excel Roofing answering questions. So let's go to the phones, and I'm going to take you in the order that you've come in. David, you have a problem. What is it, David?
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
I got a question for you. I'm looking for a lawyer. I'm dealing with eminent domain with a small town in northern Colorado. It's not just a property, it's where we live, but we also have rental properties on that, and I didn't know if you had a lawyer.
Well, here's the deal, okay?
I've got one.
Yes.
Because I've dealt with this.
Here's the deal. Eminent domain, I hate to say this, you almost never win. The best you can do is negotiate better pricing.
Yeah, there's a lot of truth to that. They don't pay for, like, loss of business. They don't pay for a lot of stuff. Is it, I missed it. Is it just a home?
They just put it into law what they want it to be, and then you're screwed. So give us your circumstance, as Mark asked. What are the circumstances, briefly?
1.58 acres. It's our main home, plus it has 5 rental properties on the rear. So
are they looking? Are they taking just a part of the property, not the structures?
The property's only 99 feet wide, but quite long, and so they're going to have to take all of it.
Okay.
So they're taking everything.
What is your main objection? Is it price?
Well, number one, the town drags their feet a bunch. I want to be prepared when they do come, so I know what I'm talking about.
But David, I asked what the objection is. They didn't offer you anything yet?
No.
Oh, okay.
They haven't, but they just told us that there's a street backed up to the back of our property, there's a street backed up to the front of our property, and
they'll most likely give you what it's worth. I mean, I'm not going to kid you there. If you could sell it on the open market right now for $1 million, you'll get $1 million.
Right.
You're not going to get any lost income from rental and stuff like that, though.
What is your main concern? Is it that they're going to screw you, basically?
Yeah, and like Mark was saying there about lost income.
They're not going to pay you for that, so forget it. Okay. You know, they're just not going to.
Yeah, they just don't do it, man. But I dealt with CDOT and whoever they hired. Generally speaking, you will get what it's worth. Now, the argument always comes in, you're going to think it's worth more than what it actually is on the open market.
But here's where income comes to play. While they don't reimburse you for lost income, the income it's making does go into valuation. Do you see what I mean? So it does help that you have income coming in.
You mean on the actual what the rental property's worth?
Yes.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
It's what the property's worth, and that is based on many things.
They're going to
comparables. It's based on replacement. It's based on revenue generation, and it's based on perception. Those 4 items.
Yeah, they're going to throw you a number, so whatever that number is. If you think that number is low, you can hire your own people to come out and give you a number. If that number is, I think it's 10% different or 10% higher than the other number, they'll end up paying for that one as well.
Okay.
They'll go through all this with you, though. Do you understand what I just said?
No, I'm not sure I understand it.
So let's say they say $1 million to this guy. He says, no, it's worth $1,200,000.
And they say it's 1.5.
Yeah, whatever. He hires someone to come out, and when you do an appraisal and you're talking rent and everything, these appraisals can be $15,000. So they come out, and let's say that one actually is 10 or 15% higher. The state will end up paying for that appraisal to be done.
Why?
Because they were so much under that appraisal. They're supposed to...
They will take that appraiser's word that it's worth that much
Yeah,
more?
you might even have to get 2, but if there's a difference of 10 or 15%, and I'm not positive what that difference is, then they'll actually pay for it. But that makes them kind of honest at the beginning, because they don't want to have to pay for multiple appraisals. That's why I say generally they're pretty fair with the value. When it comes to moving cost and lost revenue, that's a whole different story.
Okay.
Now, David, your tenants individually may get paid for moving and stuff. Sometimes they do that.
Yeah, if he's got actual tenants in there, I thought it was more like a cabin they rent for the weekend, or are you talking they actually live there?
No, it's a house, and it's actually 5 mobile homes. And
okay.
They're
not going to put much value on
Well,
that.
they'll pay for... Actually, the funny part is with a mobile home, the relocation of these people, they have to relocate them. Your tenants are actually in a better situation than you in some ways. They've got to find another place for these people to live.
Yeah, and that's the affordable part of it. They're not going to be able to find that and birth it.
They have to, even if they have to subsidize whatever they're paying to another place or an apartment.
Really?
They have to for a certain amount of time, yes. The relocation, when it comes to that
has
is very tough.
That has nothing to do with you.
Nothing to do with you. That's money that goes directly to them.
Okay. All righty. But
now, the attorney you want... You don't need yet, but if you want an attorney...
I'd call Bob Hoban. He's with the Hoban Law Group. He's so specialized. He's not on the referral list, but I know this guy. And call him. Long as he's still practicing in that area, he is the best out there. He knows it up and down.
He'd probably have a reference if he's not Bob.
Oh, I guarantee he will. But he's, I just pulled it up on Google. 303-674-7000. Bob Hoban's the main guy over there.
Okay. Thank you for calling us, and Mark, thank you for that knowledge there. Ron, what's going on with you?
Hi, Tom.
Hey, what's happening?
Well, about a few weeks ago, I bought a 2004 Passat diesel for $3,500 cash.
A 2004, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what's the problem?
Well, it's for my grandson. He drove it for about 2, 3, 4 days.
Yeah.
And the transmission went out. And now they're telling me the turbo's going out.
Okay. So how many miles on the car?
I believe there was 160, 70 right there.
I say this often. If you buy a car with 100,000 miles on it, you're going to have you're going to have some minor to medium problems, and that's probably. If you buy a car with 150,000 or more, you most likely will have serious problems. And if you buy a car with 200,000 or more, you absolutely will have problems. So you're in that most likely category.
Get a second opinion, though. I mean,
for sure. Get a second opinion. If you need a recommendation for a good mechanic, what area are you in?
Old Englewood.
Yeah, we can help you there. We have great mechanics on the referral list at referrallist.com. And
what I was
Budget's got that free deal right now. I mean, find, fix, or free.
Budget You know what I would do, and if you don't want to do that Find, Fix, or Free, they also do the 1 hour free diagnostics, either one. So if you go there and just say, hey, can you look over my car for an hour and give me a list, if you're serious about getting it fixed, and now if you're not serious about getting it fixed, I wouldn't take advantage of it. But they also have that $89 labor thing where anything wrong with the car, unless it's made, you know, here's what I say. If it's going to take like a major deal, it's obviously not $89, but you don't have to pay a dime and you still get the diagnostic free. So no matter what, that $89 Find, Fix, or Free, 89 plus parts is a no-lose situation. However, I sense something else about this, is that you're not wanting to get it fixed. Is that correct?
Well, I've already talked to a mechanic, and
yes,
they're $4,000 for.
Well, I would talk to. See, I don't care who you talk to. If they're not on the referral list, I mean that sincerely. I don't know if I can believe them. So I don't know what's wrong with your car.
Right.
But you know, let's go with it for argument's sake. So they're saying about $4,000 to fix it. Then what?
And then what?
Yeah, so are you not inclined to, it's not worth it, you're saying, because the whole car...
That's what I'm saying, yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah,
I don't know the value of that vehicle. An 04 Passat diesel, what's the blue book on it if it's running right?
He paid $4,000 for it, so...
Yeah, I think it's right around $3,800.
How can we help you? What did you call about? What was your question?
What I was wondering is, do I have any small claims court do you think would be worthwhile to... Did he, you know, because he kind of misrepresented the car, obviously.
Well, no, he didn't. Not unless it's in writing somewhere that he said this car is in perfect condition.
It was on Craigslist.
And what did it say? That's evidence for sure. What did it say on Craigslist?
It said that it was...
And by the way, I'm not kidding. If he put in the ad, perfect... or you will have no repair. What did he put? You said he misrepresented. What did he put? And remember this, I want everyone to know this. This is not about Ron. It's about everyone going through this situation as well. So I'm not trying to give you a hard time, Ron. What did it say?
Well, it said that it's a good commuter car and in good running condition.
Did it say good? Do you have that ad and it said good running condition?
Well, we didn't get it copied.
But is it still there?
No.
Okay. I'm wondering if you can go back in time. Really, something as small as good running condition but here's the thing. Let me answer your question.
I'd argue that because it might have been in good running condition.
That's exactly what I was going to say. What I'm going to say is this. Unless you bought this with a warranty or with a promise, you have nothing. And I'll bet you bought it as is, didn't you?
Yeah.
I have a simple question, Ron. Why didn't you get it checked out? Why didn't you call Automotive MDs or SOS Inspections, or why didn't you bring it over to a shop to get it fixed, to get it looked at?
Right.
Why didn't you?
Well, he lives in a way the heck out east.
But you didn't want to take the time to do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, I really feel badly for you. My gut feeling is you don't have a prayer. Not a prayer. You got to get it fixed or junk it, and you lost the money. If they misrepresented it truly, even if he said to you, this has never had a problem, that's not it. If he says this has just been rebuilt and it's in perfect shape, you can hold him to stuff like that. But as Mark said, they could say, well, that's the way it was when you took off. And then you would have to get a mechanic to say, oh, no, this problem is obviously a long-range problem that was there for a long time. But to do that is so difficult to prove, it's next to impossible. That's why as-is deals are as-is deals. Now, by the way, we mentioned Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair, so I want to make sure I give that address. It's on Santa Fe, just south of Dartmouth. You look at them along the frontage road there. Okay? It's Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair for that Find, Fix, or Free or the 1 hour free diagnostics. It's 303-781-9858. 303-781-9858.
These guys have such problems when they buy a car. I feel so bad for the guy.
Yet another crash on the westbound side of the turnpike. I think people are lazy, Tom. They're lazy. I've had people ask me my opinion about cars, girls and stuff, and I say, you know what? Go get Automotive MD to check it out. what is it, like $100, $125?
Under 150.
And they don't do it, and then all of a sudden, 6 months later, the tranny's going.
But they're taking a long-term loan generally. I mean, it's really just a weird thought process.
Come on, man. Take what is it? Half a day, maybe.
Especially if you're buying a car from a private.
4
owner. If
hours.
you're buying it from a dealership, you can sometimes say, "Hey, guys, you might need to come and fix it or whatever."
And then, if a private party doesn't want to let you take that car to go get it checked out, something must be up.
Right.
Did you sell yours? Weren't you putting one on Blinker?
Yeah, I was finished up.
I'm dying to see how.
Wait, you're going to sell something?
On Blinker.
I got my card. I got mine photographed. But I have to go and take regular pictures of it, right, for the listing? Don't you have to upload?
What do you sell?
I didn't realize
My Mercedes. I don't use it. I don't use it.
I know.
I never
Trade you my Hyundai Santa Fe for it.
And it's just going down and down, 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 down. It just keeps going
Why
down.
don't you use it?
Because I get a car. And it's kind of why.
You couldn't take me out of mine now. I mean, I can't imagine going back to a normal car.
What are you
I love
driving?
my car. The Genesis. I love it. I like the heated seats, the air-conditioned seats. It drives itself. It follows everything.
Stephanie has a
Does
car.
whatever
I
I
have a
tell
car.
her.
This car, the only reason I got it was to get rid of the. It was more value doing it that way than taking cash. So I got it in
Yeah, because that was worth more out there.
For the Ferrari. I was thinking of buying that vet from Rolly. I love it. If you saw this Corvette, he's got.
I don't want you dead.
That one is just under the ocean.
What do you want a car that does 200 miles per hour for? For what in the fucking way? Why?
That one
I can't even understand where you come from on that.
Is it the one that's just under the high end?
Dangerous car.
Yeah, the Grand Sport.
The Grand Sport. Yeah, because it has the same body.
The same body.
No, you.
Yeah,
That
I like
car is
that
so
car.
fast.
That one makes
That
sense.
G7.
You need to bring Henry with you when you go look at it.
No, I was thinking of getting on that. I think it would cause a divorce. I'm not sure.
He had a motorcycle. I thought he never drove that.
No. I only got my license. I didn't drive it. I knew better.
Tom, some of these old cars that are broke like
Years
that,
ago.
my uncle buys some of those
Well,
sometimes.
that's different. You're not in
There's a lot
traffic.
of junkyards that'll sell them a used transmission and put it in for under $1,000.
Oh, they're nice. You know what I don't like about Passat? the car versus
Yeah.
the Taller?
Yeah,
for sure. It's a big
Yeah.
deal.
Liar, pants on
You
fire.
only get like a 30-day warranty, but still, generally.
Come on, guys.
That's a pretty good warranty because usually, I mean, the guy selling that tranny, he has no.
No, it's good,
It's good or not.
Yeah.
Look at this new one.
Well, when they pull from the wrecking yard,
See, I'd never buy that.
there's
Can you believe how they get
Oh, okay.
the fluid is nice and red, and if they're black, they just don't.
Oh, okay.
But they do kind of, that's all they do to check them out.
this guy way more than any Lexus.
He's had good luck with that, because he's bought a.
I'll bet you that much
same
horsepower,
exact thing.
and then he puts them in?
He sends them to different wrecking yard, calls around, finds a wrecking
Oh,
yard.
the wrecking yard will put it in?
Yeah, the wrecking yard will put it, they take them out,
Yeah, so
their shops will put them in.
I didn't know that.
22-way power seat.
In the days around Christmas, when all of
On
us
what?
That's a lot of controls for a seat.
when what two are wondering
I gotta rein my wife in on cars. Jesus.
The new ones have wireless charging stations built
where
in.
guys really know how to
So
keep
you don't even gotta
families
plug your
warm
phone
and
in.
those power bills low. If brothers
13-inch nav.
please remain
It's
calm
the
or
stuff
dash
that
away
comes
to the web.
The Genesis.
BrothersPlumbing.com. From Sisters Lynn
Oh,
and Michelle, our technicians and others.
8-speed
Merry
trend.
Christmas
It
to
does
all
look like a
from us
Bentley,
all
doesn't it?
here
Yeah.
at Brothers.
Looks just like a Bentley.
Oh, it's a beautiful car. It's not a Bentley though.
Rear seat illuminated vanity mirrors. Do you have those?
What's the MSRP on one of those things?
75.
75?
Geez, that's not bad.
Yeah, but anything next to it, and it's got more than most, is well over 100. That's where the value comes in. The A8 is like what, $150, and I mean it competes directly with it. And then the BMW 7 Series or 5.
Where's the Genesis made?
One more Korea.
It's Korean?
You know what? They call it a Genesis. They got away. It was a Hyundai Genesis, but they got away from the Hyundai. And I'm telling you, if you didn't know it was Hyundai,
It doesn't even
I
say
didn't know.
Hyundai anywhere on it now.
the holidays are coming. And that means drinking and boozing up and partying, and you're going to get in trouble. Most DUIs are not people who are flagrant, alcoholic jerks who want to kill people or hurt people. Most DUIs are people that are idiots. They just tried to calculate how much they could drink, and they didn't mean to drive like that. And most of the DUIs, fortunately, do not end up in an accident. But here's the deal. Uber, Lyft, taxis, designated drivers. Joe Lazzara is there, though, if you need him for help, and you will. Even if you're falsely accused, or you're guilty and you just want to throw yourself at the mercy, you need someone to get you through the system because there are certain procedures and deadlines. Joseph A. Lazzara, criminal defense attorney for DUIs or anything else you need. And I hope you never need him. 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200. LazzaraLegal.com. LazzaraLegal.com. Okay. Mandy wants to talk about small claims court. Go ahead. And we have also Excel Roofing here to talk about roofing issues, and I do have a few questions from email. Go ahead, Mandy. What's going on?
Okay, how are you today?
I'm doing good, Mandy. How can we help you, dear? You want to file a small claim?
I do. I just don't know who to file it against.
Okay, let's hear the problem.
So my husband was hit by a Sturgeon electric truck.
Okay.
In a private parking lot.
Okay.
With no ticket given to either party.
What were the circumstances when he was hit, Mandy?
He was in the right turn lane at a stop sign, and the Sturgeon truck was in the left turn lane at the stop sign. That truck, carrying a 60-foot pole trailer, took a right-hand turn out of the left turn lane.
Oh, you thought he was turning left, but he turned right and he hit your husband?
Yes.
It wasn't a double turn lane to the right?
No.
Okay, so then what? Did the cop make a police report?
He made a report.
Why didn't he do a ticket?
Because it was in a King Soopers parking lot, which is private property.
Do you think if your husband was drinking, he would have gotten a ticket? Of course he would have.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, so here's what you're saying. The officer was lazy, so you don't have a ticket. So now what? What's happening with this? Did you contact? I'll tell you who's responsible. The driver is responsible, and he is driving a work truck, so their insurance would cover it most likely.
Okay. Sturgeon Electric's insurance company has refused payment.
But you're not dealing with their insurance. Their insurance company, you know, Sturgeon's a good company, okay? They turned it over to their insurance like any company. But,
right.
Actually, they're a good company. They've been around for years. So what you need to do is go after the driver, period.
Okay.
And your husband has to sue him in small claims court for the damage. Then he will go to his employer, who will go to their insurance. But why did they turn it down?
Because the only thing the police did was write a report and said that no one was at fault.
Oh, okay. So the police officer said no one was at fault.
Yes.
It's possible. It is. You're going to have an uphill battle here.
Oh, boy.
Because it's your husband's word against the other guy.
But you sue that driver. You don't sue Sturgeon or whoever it is. You sue whatever driver.
You sue the driver in small claims court. He's going to argue and say, I didn't, blah, blah, blah. Then let the chips fall where they may. But your husband's going to have to tell his story. And the judge may not believe it. Without any witnesses, I don't see how you're going to win, especially when the officer says it's no one's fault.
Maybe there's cameras somewhere.
He does have two witnesses.
He does?
He does.
Did they talk to the police?
They did not. The police officer basically came in, wrote his little report.
How did he get... we already established they're lazy. How did you... or that guy was. How did you get the witnesses?
The worker that was in the vehicle with my husband and a worker at the King Soopers.
Okay, I would go to small claims court. I think you're going to win. I do. I think you're going to win. Dwayne, what's happening in your life? Dwayne?
Yes. Hey, Tom.
What's going on, bro?
Hey, so
I got a question for you. I have rentals down in Florida.
Okay.
And I bought them this year. I have a property manager through a very large company down there. And first rental house, got it rented out, worked out well. I had a few hiccups with payment through them.
Yeah.
The second one that I have, it's still empty for the last month. It's a brand new house. And I got a phone call from my manager saying, hey, my assistant may be interested in renting it with several other people, all pitching in and renting their place. Would that be acceptable? I said, yeah, let them do the application process. Let's go through with that. Long story short, the people that they were going to have move in backed out. He allowed his assistant to go ahead and move into the home without any paperwork signed whatsoever.
Okay, so basically what happened? Did you lose anything?
So I have not lost anything. This happened last week. I've been going through the process of getting him removed because I was like, this isn't okay, this isn't right. I was informed that he was moved out. I have friends that live there. They went and verified. They said he did not move out, so we went through all that mess. I've gotten a hold of this gentleman's manager. What are you trying to accomplish since you didn't lose anything? I mean, the property manager did not go through the proper steps, right? Is that the bottom line? Yeah, correct. He allowed someone to move into a home that does not belong there. So I didn't know if
But when you say they don't belong there, what do you mean?
Well, it's my home, and he allowed someone to move in without any signed paperwork or a lease agreement or anything.
Well, it doesn't sound like there's any damages, though.
Yeah, what I'm getting at is, do you have a management contract with okay, and does it say that the people they rent to will have this, this, and this? Do you have terms and conditions?
I do.
So it says that they will rent to people and execute a lease.
Yes.
And they will do certain things, right?
It does.
Okay, so they're in breach of their contract with you, right?
That's correct.
Why do you suppose they did that? I'm curious.
Because this gentleman was, I'm assuming that it's because this gentleman's his assistant, and he was trying to help him out. And the gentleman I have as my manager went to Mexico, and he wasn't in contact.
Are you getting paid?
I am not.
Well, then you are being lost. I mean, I asked you if you had a loss. So you mean they let somebody live there free?
Yes, yes.
Well, that's different, Dwayne. You didn't tell me that
huge,
part.
Man.
Wait, they allowed someone to move into your house and live there free of charge.
That's correct.
Well, the management company should be paying you for that month.
Exactly.
As a minimal.
Yeah. There's no, I mean, you didn't tell me that part. They did not pay.
Yeah, there's no payment whatsoever.
Okay, hold on. Well, not hold on. Are you going to sue them?
Well, that's why I'm calling you. Should I seek out legal?
I think, of course, you should. I think, or go to small claims court for the amount of rent.
Okay.
I wouldn't get into any of the bull crap about the contracts. I would. Okay. It's flat out. They're renting it out free, and they're not supposed to. It's that.
And do you think you can only go after them for the 1 month, or do you go after them because it's supposed to be a 1-year agreement, no less? The requirements are you can't have anything less than 7 months.
Well, you go after them for your loss. Your loss is however long they're living there free.
Okay.
I don't think you can make them by the year. No.
Well, he's got an argument. Hey, they could have rented it out for a year.
Yeah, but
if all this stuff wasn't going on.
You can't sue on coulda. You'd have to have somebody who said, I was willing to rent and I did not because it was already taken. So that's what I would do. Yes, I would do it. All right, so hang on.
What about the condition of the place?
Well, we got to talk about that later. I'm running way over time. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We got a lot more to talk about coming up.
He has to clean. I bet he has to clean carpets and stuff like that at a minimum.
I don't think so.
Now, is ours working fine?
And being in a better position than you were before means you have a shorter term or a lower rate or both, or that you've maybe consolidated some debt.
Today is Wednesday.
You want to pay off that portion of the principal faster. They also have credit optimization where they
Forward me what you sent to
takes a few hours to get you
Dean.
better pricing.
Okay. Oh, I thought I included you.
If rates go down even
Ooh, bam, Hunger Bang.
I'm gonna piece of this.
Oh, okay, I just got stuff down, but I will.
Oh, you're cheating, are you?
I'm not doing that. I do only
You
2
big
days.
baby.
not pre-qualified. All you need is the appraisal. 303-867-7000. 303-867-7000.
Are you eating that weird Mexican dessert?
Having had lower back issues for 25
That
years.
bizarre Mexican dessert that Jay brought?
I'm fasting with my bizarre husband.
Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky, and now that I'm
I bet he got that dessert from some homeless guy. Don't tell him I said that, though.
Healthcare is Colorado's leader in integrated physical medicine, and with their regenerative medicine program, I am all in. Getting just
Probably left over from the Christmas party.
more active life of hiking, biking, and just having more
Come
fun.
and see you, Mark.
Learn more at downtownshealthcare.com. That's downtownshealthcare.com. When it comes to kitchen countertops and cabinets,
Over the years, whenever you have a group that wants to rent something, it never works. One of them backs out, the others can't afford it.
Well,
always
there is a
better.
caveat to that. College towns. But yeah,
you're right about that.
That's a tough rental market, though, man. I don't think I've got the balls for college kids living in my place.
My friends that own in college towns rent to non-college students. They still rent their houses and find people that live there. And
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know how I was when I was a college student.
Whenever we
Yeah,
have
I
a
know.
group of
Jungle
people,
juice stands don't come out.
we rent for below the market, but make sure we have good tenants. That's way worth it. When you agree to take a group,
Protect your investment.
when you get a group, who's responsible for what? Everybody will point the finger at each other. One of them backs out, then the rest of them.
Well, even on rent, like we'd end up sending our rent in. We had 6 guys for a while in our one house in Fort Collins. We'd send in rents for 5 because the one guy wasn't paying, and the land management company's not okay with that.
No, I know. It's always a problem.
Calling our roommates' parents to get them to send us a check.
Yeah, that's why we don't do it. Now, it's a little bit different with airplane hangars. You got the most responsible people in the world. Most of the time you do. And there's not much damage they can do either.
No, I feel, if you want to plane.
21 years, we've never kept a penny of damage deposit. We've never gotten a bad check.
Okay, I need to
That's
know,
pretty good. Yeah.
for my friend that has an airplane hangar out there too, she really wants to sell her MiG. How do you sell a MiG?
Oh, there's a hot market though. A MiG.
She has a Russian MiG.
Is it in great condition? Is it N registered?
It was flying the day her husband passed about a year and a half, 2 years ago maybe. So.
Is it a MiG or a Yak?
It's a MiG.
Yeah.
Yeah, most people can't fly it because it's all in Russian.
And it's, yeah. And where is it?
I think it's at Centennial.
Hey, it's Angie, the producer. It's the holiday
Do you know how much the husband paid for it?
He's gone. She's ready to dump it. I mean, I think they had to appraise it to $240,000 or something like that. And she's ready to get rid of it.
Stronger and healthier.
It's not doing it. She doesn't know anybody.
Do you know which MiG model it is?
I can get you some details.
Yeah, please. Okay, get it for me. I can probably find someone. First of all, I would talk to, I don't want to say it on the market. Yeah, I would absolutely.
She told Lori before Lori passed that that was when he was still alive, that she would give a 30% commission.
They're hot looking jets. Is it a newer one or one of the old ones? What does it look like?
I have never seen it. Desserts are good and I've never seen it.
Okay, I need photos and specs, okay?
Okay.
Quick. And I'll get it sold. The Yak 52s that are trainer or Russian trainers are all in Russian. And there's people here that convert that manually all the stuff over 10 years.
You probably just got
Literally. This doesn't make sense for her because she obviously
2 years off.
she pays rent on this.
And you're probably going to kick
She has a hanger there.
72
Renting or buying?
I think she's renting.
Better, 72. I haven't
Find
had
that out.
any
She
one of my
owns a hanger.
grandparents
We'll get that too.
that
That for sure. Having it about the high commodity. If she owns a hanger on the other side, but right now they are so rare.
Okay,
well,
there's
there's
smoke.
smoke.
Definitely get some info.
Well, cancer kills her.
Would you be interested in
And then he died like 5 months later in what I call low.
Would you be interested in
like
developing
a real thing?
Yes, I have a place.
He was really heavy.
I have land that I can get. I'm telling you.
I think Jesus.
It's an automatic return on investment. You cannot.
Or something. Yeah.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. We have all kinds of things happening here to help you out. Approval reverse mortgages. If you're looking for a reverse mortgage, and if you're 62 or older and have equity, you're eligible. That doesn't mean you should get one. Now, they are great retirement tools. It's a great retirement tool for some, but not for everyone. Here's what I like about ApprovalReverse.com. Joan Sullivan will tell you the truth about reverse mortgages, the upside, the downside, and how it works. You can get a lump sum, monthly payments, or a line of credit. Some people take vacations. They use it for fixing up the house or for emergencies. But sometimes it's just not for you. Please, before you embark on something that serious, check with Joan Sullivan, 303-771-3528. She has absolutely talked some people out of it and some people into it, depending on your situation. 303-771-3528. ApprovalReverse.com. We got Jim, who has a comment on that Florida guy, rental guy. Jim, what about it? That guy, his management company rented out the place. They're not, well, they're letting somebody who works there live there free. What is your comment, Jim?
Well, it's squatting, and if he's not careful and get it squared away, he's going to have even more problems with that.
Ooh, you're saying that, wait a minute, maybe he may have to start evicting people.
Yeah, he's going to have to evict. If he's living there, he's already there established, he's squatting, and he's going to have to evict them.
Possibly, that is true. Possibly. Yeah. That's bad news.
And then I would definitely change property management companies.
Yes.
And I based this on that I had a renter move out, put someone else in without my knowledge, and was collecting rent. And I thought the place was sitting empty because he had vacated.
Well, it's a terrible situation that the guy's in, I'll tell you that. Dwayne, I don't know why he's still on. I thought we answered his question.
Oh, I thought you were going back to him,
no,
Tom. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I just want to know if he has any additional questions, but really he has to sue the guys. I mean, that's all he has to do. Now, if he wants us to call down there, I'll have Clint call down there to the management company and get to the bottom of it. Deputy Clint's, he knows landlords. Steve is on the phones. Hi, Steve. What's going on?
Hello, Tom. Say, listen, maybe I can persuade you to shift gears for just a bit here. I'm Steve Horner, and back in 2007, you interviewed me about a hot issue going on, and you dubbed me the man that Coloradans love to hate.
Really?
I was the guy that was shutting down ladies' night, gender-based pricing and so on and so forth.
I remember that. Yes.
Yeah, that was fun, but it was a stand for consistency in law enforcement.
Right.
So I'm reading this story here lately about this cake baker that's just up in front of the Supreme Court, Jack Phillips.
Right.
And he's being scrutinized and being leveled against by the left and by the right, I guess, because it seems kind of.
Well, actually, I don't look at it as a left or right issue. Do you?
I don't either.
Yeah.
No, I see it as a point of law. He's got a place of public accommodation.
Yes.
And so he's either got to get into the business or get out of it.
Well, maybe.
Well,
it's
going to be up to the justices.
That's what the legal issue is. From what I understand of the case. From what I understand, I'm not taking a position here. From what I understand, he doesn't mind baking cakes. He doesn't mind selling cakes. He doesn't mind doing anything with those guys. But he did not want to decorate it for two men getting married or something. He didn't want to decorate or use his artistic ability to celebrate, for lack of a better word, the gay wedding. That was it.
I think that's right, and it would be like the bartender who says, well, I'll pour you a beer, but I ain't going to put my special Steve Horner swirl on the phone.
No, it's not necessarily like that at all. It's like you want your beer or your drink, but you want that umbrella that has two men on it embracing each other, and he says, no, I don't have those umbrellas, I don't believe in them, and you say, I demand that umbrella. He says, look, you can have the beer, you can have a plain umbrella, but you're not going to have a gay umbrella. I mean, that's what it's more like.
Okay, fine. So let's take all that into my... Here's the point of my call, Tom, is that the Colorado Civil Rights Division, the last time I dealt with her, the name of the director was named Shayla, okay? Shayla, when I came through town in 2014 after the Comedy Central thing and the whole thing with,
Ladies' Night.
Proof in the pudding out there in Hamden and everything. All that was kind of, in the past and in the dust. I came through Thornton, and I stopped at a place called Brewski's. And they were having all sorts of banners and promotions about Ladies' Night, gender-based pricing. And so I went to the civil rights people, and I said, well, they're not treating me equally, you see? I'm the white guy who's getting the shaft. She ended up writing a ruling saying, yeah, we hear you, Steve, but you know what? It doesn't really rise to the level of perniciousness.
Okay.
So in other words, it wasn't really serious, Steve. Yeah, it was a violation, but so what I'm saying, Tom, is that she wouldn't rule in my favor by the place of this public accommodation going haywire with discrimination, but yet she rules in the favor of the LGBTQWXYZ crowd, you see? So it's not a matter of consistency in law enforcement with this woman at the Colorado Civil Rights. It's a matter of who the players are.
Well, this guy is a nut.
No,
okay?
he's not.
Yeah, he is. He was just at the MGM, last year, telling everybody he was transitioning into a woman so he can go into certain parts of the pool. You don't find that a little crazy?
Who are you talking about, Jack Phillips?
Well, I thought I was talking about you from the email I just got. I guess my source doesn't know what she's talking about.
I see. Oh, well, I'm just pointing out to the world the inconsistency.
Yeah, you know what? Steve is not a nut at all. Mark, Steve is not a nut at all. What he's saying is that if he says he wants to just test it. For example, you know when I say to people, when people say that they believe there is no person is illegal, okay? And I believe that too, by principle. But so I asked them, what do you mean? Well, if they're undocumented, they're not illegal, they should not be kicked out of the country. My next logical question is, okay, then are you saying there should be no immigration law? And people say, well, I don't know, I won't go that far. Then I say, but when you make people give details based on belief, because you can make statements that sound lofty and wonderful and laudable. Yeah. Oh yes, lofty is what I meant. So you can make all these statements and pontificate all you want, but when it comes down to the nitty gritty, I would like to know, and not one liberal person has been able to tell me, not one. What do they want with immigration? What do they want? Do they want no law? What do they want? I don't know. I truly want to know. And I don't mean that as a challenge. I don't mean that as a put down. I mean, what do you want? And then the same with conservatives. I can't get conservatives to give me details. I only get statements and speeches, and I'm pissed off about it. But by the way,
all this guy does is travel around trying to make trouble. That's it.
What he does is he tries to make people define what they're talking about. Actually, he's a very smart guy. He says, look, if they're doing women's night, I swear to God, if they did special pricing, I promise you, if they did special pricing for Christians, you would have a protest in front of the place. If they had Christian night, I guarantee you there would be protests. But they have women's night, and there is no protest. That's been cleared out of the way. Traffic flow back up to speed. Okay, and I'll give you something else. In Elbert County schools, the kids had to do a study of Ramadan, and they had to talk about what it is, how it is, dress up in character and all of that. But they couldn't do it about Christmas. Why is that? Why is that?
It's double standard.
Why in Elbert County? I mean, here's the thing. Why is it all right to bash some groups and not others? I think you should not bash any groups. But why is it okay? Why is it?
I don't understand what any of that has to do with this guy going to the MGM last year saying he's transgendering and wants to get into the women's changing room. He's a fucking nut.
The point he's trying to make, Mark, is that you don't know when someone tells you that. He's trying to say it's ridiculous to have that because how would you know? Is it because someone says it? Do they have to show you? Right. That's the point. That's the point. Because people that don't want the transgender room is saying, how do you know someone is transgender? It's certainly not the surgery. Jenner didn't have the surgery. It's just calling yourself that. So it's not the way you dress. What is transgender?
Well, I guess it would be holding yourself out in normal public life as a transgender.
But who says
not
that?
just showing up in a damn bathroom
so
and
then
saying, hey, let me in.
Then Mark, then how do you know those people are holding themselves? Do you do a quiz when they come in? How long have you been?
A litmus
when did
test.
you start? What's the test? That's the point he's trying to make.
Are you an asset or
He's still a nut.
That's the point he's trying to make, is that there is no legal definition. There is no
All he
legal
does is travel around the bars
It's
every
probably illegal to ask him questions too. Like I know.
Mark, you just don't like the guy, but actually, he is more on your side than on the other side. Because he is trying to say, what is the definition? There is no definition.
Knees, hips, back, shoulders.
They don't even ask. They just say hi when you get on.
In days gone by, it would be.
When you get on the handicap bus to go to the top of Red Rocks, for instance, they can't ask you what it is yet. There's three. Anybody can ride on it. And I think it might be the same thing with a lot of transgender deals. They can't really ask you, so they have to allow.
I will guarantee you, they didn't. If there was a Muslim bakery, they wouldn't go there and try to get it done.
No, they'd be burnt.
But if they didn't, no, but that would be the same civil rights issue, the same exact issue.
Your ethnicity is asked.
But it doesn't make the other thing right.
I could say I'm an American Indian because maybe
We don't know.
I'm raised with it because my ethnicity is not my race. It's freedom to ask for ethnicity.
You couldn't say you had a painter say, I want this, I want a picture of
ethnicity.
something that he doesn't agree with.
It's true.
A lot of people I know
He can do that because it's artistic ability.
and advanced your government.
So that's what they're looking
The
at.
guy who paints portraits
Right.
says, I will not paint a portrait of a man and a man together having sex.
Right.
But I will paint a portrait of a woman and a man. I mean, let's just say, I will. I will.
There's so many,
Because I don't find that religiously offensive. I'm not talking about whether it's right or wrong. I'm talking about what that person believes. Again, though, here's another thing. How do you know that person really believes it? With conscientious objection to the war, how do you know it's not just to get out of the war? Well, that's what he's trying to say. But that's what he's trying to say about transgender. If there was a special part of the pool for transgender, why couldn't he say, well, I'm transgender? The point he's saying is, how do you know? You don't. There is no legal definition.
I think it's going to be defined as ethnicity.
What?
Transgender. I think the government will end up.
It's more of a gender. Why would it be a
Because I can claim I'm an American Indian by ethnicity.
But what's that got to do with this?
Because it has
It's
to
a
do with
gender, if anything.
I know, but if it's not the plumbing, it's how they feel.
You can't say you're Indian, and you can say it.
Ethnicity, not race. If I was adopted and raised by Indian parents, and I believe in the Great Spirit,
but you're not. You're not considered an Indian. It doesn't matter.
No. By ethnicity.
God, you're surrounded by. You could legally not say you're an American Indian. It doesn't matter if you're raised with them. No, you can't.
Well, I have so many.
Ethnicity is not a feeling. I don't know where you got that from. Ethnicity is how you live. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. That guy hung up. He was just saying he doesn't know why they didn't press that ladies' night pricing. Why didn't they go after them for ladies' night? You know, that's gender-based pricing. And it truly is. I mean, you know, truly, if they had, if a bar had Christian night, and you get cheaper drinks if you're a Christian. If they have ladies' night, you get cheaper drinks if you're a lady. Okay, I think his point is, if it was something else, they probably would have gone after it, but they didn't go after the women's night. But I think he's right in some ways. You know, when you have ladies' night, I mean, I don't care. It doesn't offend me. I don't care. I wouldn't care if they had Christian night. I don't care if they have Muslim night. I don't care if they have Jewish night. I don't care what they would do. But I'll guarantee you, if there were those nights, you would have lawsuits. You would have lawsuits. Out the yin-yang, you'd have lawsuits. for those kinds of special pricing. But he's right. It's not the issue, it's the class. And I've said that forever. It's not the issue. It's the class. It's who the players are that get the benefit. That's just the way it is. And it's not just who the player is, but who the player is in time. Because years ago, it wouldn't have been as popular. It would have been on the other side. Now it's very popular. So it's whatever is trending as popular. We are programmed as to what is right and what is wrong. It shouldn't be that way. We should always have love and non-discrimination. Always. But we don't. And we base what we do on the time. All those women that were sexually harassed 40 years ago were still sexually harassed. But no one got punished for it. Now it's recognized and now people get punished for it. The same with that baker. If he denied someone 40 years ago, nothing would have happened. What we do is we keep progressing, trying to find what right is.
There is common sense, though, that should be applied sometimes. If you
who's
walk,
common sense, Mark?
Well,
whose?
Common sense for ladies' night would be the best example I have right now. If you're a man, you're not going to get the $1 drink or whatever the deal happens to be.
Right.
That seems to be very common sense oriented, doesn't it?
Well, Mark, no one is disputing that ladies' night and the drinks for ladies, that's not the point.
That is his point. It's discriminatory towards men.
That's right. That's what he said. Or it's discriminatory against men is what he's saying. And so what does common sense have to do with anything? I don't even understand what you're saying. He has common sense by saying, wait a minute, why is that right? If you apply today's standards, why is that right? You're not allowed to discriminate based on gender. Why is it okay to charge men more than women? Why? That's all he's saying. If you're going to apply the same standards, what makes it right? That's all he's saying. I mean, I don't care, okay? I want to make that clear. I don't give a damn. I mean, I think you got to pick your battles, right? I'm not going to go around protesting everywhere that women are charged more. But you see, here's the deal. It's a moving target. We're going to be faced with this as we become more and more sensitive to everything. Everything. Some of it's good.
So when you get a free breakfast or something at Denny's because it's your birthday, is that discriminating against everybody else in the world that's birthday isn't on that day?
Well, no, because I think everybody gets that day. You know, I think that they would say everybody gets that chance on that day.
And you'd probably show them your license. And how about if there was a men's day in the same bar a different day?
Then I would say that could be a defense. If you have a women's night and a men's night, I think that could be a defense.
I just find it corny.
Okay. Nobody would show up to men's night.
What you find it...
Who would go?
What you find it
what
is...
they call it a sausage fest.
What you find it is unimportant. That's what you find it, unimportant. And I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, it is.
You're right, though. I will say this. When you put it the way you did, it is bizarre that we can discriminate sometimes.
We can, and we do. We have more coming up.
I went out to the Art of Granite, and I had men's night and the ladies' night with $300 that was balanced. He starts working in granite and decides it was all the way.
Well, what about transgender now? All they'll be there is a bunch of drunk guys. Let's go, man.
I'm going to tell you the biggest area that we haven't even addressed yet when it comes to religious freedom. You don't have all of that. What that is, and it's going to come. Trust me, it will come. The Church of Satan, the most discriminated, religion in the world.
They keep the refrigerator.
And everyone,
tell Corey I'll get it later.
But if you truly apply the principles, that church is discriminated against more than any church in the entire universe. Now, I'm not going to carry a flag for it, right? I'm just saying that's just the fact. It's the most discriminated.
But is there an actual church like that?
Yes, there is.
I mean,
I didn't hear you. I was listening.
The Church of Satan is the most discriminated against religion and church.
Well, it's same with the Wiccans, right?
Or the Nazi. The Nazi groups.
I don't know if you'd say the Nazis.
How do you
religion,
how do you
though.
differentiate though the nutbags from people that actually? Well, there's people that really believe they're witches. So I mean,
I don't think you can. I mean, legally.
We've
You
got
gotta
senior
take
citizen
everybody.
discounts.
I know. That's
age discrimination.
That's it. That's
When I get 20% off, and I
that's
know.
discriminating against younger people.
You will in a few years.
Good. I mean, if you want to apply the standards, you could say the same thing about that. That's true. That's what we're getting at. We're digging ourselves some big holes. There are some things that are clear cut. You don't go up and grab a woman's breast. You don't push yourself on a man or a woman. I mean, that's pretty clear cut. But when it gets to all the other stuff like the baking, the cakes, and all that shit, I mean, we got some problems because you get to a point where it gets very weird.
Well, that's where that common sense needs to kick in.
Well, people are too sensitive.
You know, honestly, if this guy doesn't want to bake a cake for anybody, I don't
In
know
other
why
words,
we force
common
him to bake
sense.
a fucking
In other
cake.
words, common sense. Who gives a shit if there's a woman's night, a ladies' night? I don't. You know what I'm saying? He
I liked
really
him when I was
didn't
a
care.
kid.
That man really didn't care. He just wanted to make a point. I mean,
I think that's what those
Which
guys
kind
are
of
doing
makes
with
him,
the
like I said, a little nutty.
Actually, ladies' night is for the benefit of men.
You know that bake? Those guys could have gone
That's a
anywhere
good
with
argument,
the cake.
actually.
Well, yeah, I don't
They could
understand
have gotten
that
the
either.
cake.
Once you force
No,
them to
that
bake this
part,
cake, do you really want them baking that cake? It's not going to
You know where that one bakery is down on 6th Avenue, La Bakery Sensual?
Yeah.
They'll bake you any kind of cake you want with any kind of symbol or anything else.
Yeah,
As erotic, the more erotic they get a cake.
Remember the roof? I'm not going to say who, but it was someone's neighbor. You went over there.
Yes,
they
they're
wanted
friends
you
of mine.
Yeah, and you said I wouldn't do
lesbians,
that.
right?
I wouldn't do that in a million years.
Right.
So why can't that guy go after Jay? Because Jay didn't want to deal
Oh,
with it.
I don't mean that guy. I thought you meant my other friend.
I tell you what, Mark, if somebody wanted
Can you imagine if they took away your ability
No,
to say
but that's
no to
not
some
based.
asshole?
Well, but that's not based. He didn't base that on race. He didn't base that on gender. He didn't base that on religion.
Well, that job. If
He
somebody
said,
wanted
I
me to do a
perceive this-
swastika on their roof, I would tell them hell no. And so they might say, well, that's our belief and this is that.
You're right.
I would tell them no, absolutely, positively not.
You should be able to turn down business to whoever you want to. Well, I guess that brings up a problem then. Then you're going to go back to the old days. We don't
No
deal
blacks.
with black people.
Right.
So, yeah, it is fucked up. I don't know where
It's
you
crazy.
end it.
It's crazy.
But forcing someone to do something seems just
And
as
then,
stupid.
then we're going to get into a position where we have to judge religion as to what if there. For example, what I don't know if there is any, but what if there was a religion that truly think black people are evil because they came from a different strain of Adam and Eve, and they think like
And they
something,
truly believe it.
and they won't serve them. What happens then?
This guy here,
What's going on?
he hooked us up. Remember the guy that needed a refrigerator?
Oh, hey man.
Yeah.
He went out and bought him a brand new one.
Speaking of you. No problem. Thank you.
Wow.
Okay.
It was
Is he coming
very
in
cool.
to say hi to us?
Yeah, he
Okay,
dropped the
just
fridge off.
Sit down somewhere. Yeah.
What you just heard the show,
I listened to the
and then he ran out to Walmart or ran out to Best Buy or somewhere and bought a brand new fridge for this guy.
How did it make you feel?
Good.
Well, you don't make a big deal about it. You
No,
know,
but how did it make you feel?
okay.
The people that you know that you did it for, how did it make them feel? Did everybody smile?
Yeah, absolutely.
Once a week in the drive-in line, I buy lunch for whoever's behind me.
I did at Starbucks.
Start coming behind you.
What's that?
Start coming behind you. I start following you. It's stalking you.
You know, the lady at the driver's window gets to know it. You know, that person smiled at it. It's a tiny act of kindness, but yours is a lot bigger than that.
Do you put a lemon on it?
Yeah, I do put a lemon on it. Yeah, there's enough wine for the office.
It's a popcorn core.
But didn't it make you feel and the people around you feel so much better?
Yeah, no, I just don't like to make very big deal about it.
This poor guy needed the fridge too. You ready for this?
Yeah.
For his wife's medication.
Oh my God!
I mean, it's the real.
I know you have to put a $34 fridge.
We're giving him $100 too, man.
For to fill it up.
Well, not a King Supers gift card.
Yeah.
But this guy had to put a $34 refrigerator in layaway.
I didn't hear the very
That was
end
the
of
part
that.
that was-
So they
whoa.
did it break down? Is that what
Yeah.
it
It never worked. It
It
didn't
never
break
worked,
down.
right?
It simply didn't work.
And they
I think someone nailed it though. Those little mini fridges, if you put them on the side for a long time, the compressor gets fucked up.
Any refrigerator.
Yeah,
It has to be the right, but there's a side that the freon runs up into the expansion valve or something. And I guess if you tip them back and leave them upright for a couple of weeks, it'll straighten out.
It doesn't have to be a couple of weeks, 48 hours.
Do you have that caller's info?
Yeah, I know that happens.
That's what they say. If you
because I still got to, I got to get that fridge
put it up
to him.
and plug it right in, you'll burn it out.
Yeah,
because it's the oil.
Maybe we should get him on too.
Out of the compressor.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I truly believe that in this, like Dharma and Karma, karma is what you get in this life. The Hindus believe Dharma is what you put in the life before to get back. I don't believe Hindu, but I really believe that the more nice thing you do, it will come back to you.
Oh, no, karma's real because you're putting that energy out, man. There's no doubt about it. If you're nice to people all the time, people will be nice to you. If you're an asshole. Yeah, that's so.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think there's anything mysterious about it.
Oh no, I don't think so either. It's just the term Dharma and Karma. That's how they believe it. Of course, they believe it because of reincarnation.
Well, he was a squirrel.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn good job.
He was a radio. Doesn't seem to be nearly as popular as they were when the Broncos were a good football team.
That was karma?
That is karma.
Yeah, right.
Boy, how about that coach pulling Manning, though? Holy shit. They fucked up his streak. Oh, Eli. What a dick. I hope that guy doesn't get another job.
That's right. He had
What happened to Eli?
Didn't they fire him? They fired him and
They did fire him.
They had been underperforming, and then they fired the coach right after they lost that game.
He won, too. Yeah,
they
they
had the
fired them
GM.
both.
But they put the screws to him, man.
They did not handle that situation properly.
No, and they put in a quarterback that wasn't as good. I mean, there wasn't one good thing in that decision. They were basically blaming Eli for that team really sucking on every side of the ball.
Now, Tom Martino on 630 KHOW.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. And I do appreciate you being around.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Today we have let's see, this hour brought to you by, who do I want here? The Raleigh House. The Raleigh House. I'm looking for my pen.
They are great guys down there, man.
Now, let me explain what we do at the Raleigh House. The Raleigh House is an addiction treatment center. We've coupled with them and joined with them for our community line that we take calls from people who have addicts in their lives. So it's the Raleigh House. And this phone number is important, and I'll tell you why. Addiction is an embarrassment sometimes to people, and they don't want to talk about it. They don't know who to talk to. They don't even know anything about it. Like if they want to get help, what does it cost? Does insurance cover it? What kind of treatment's available? What's involved? How do I approach someone about treatment? Can you talk to them? Is it something that I can help them on their own? What kind of addictions are there? I saw him doing this. What does it mean? What does that tin foil mean with all the char marks on it that I found in the trash? Or what about this or what about that? No matter what it is, if it has to do with any kind of addiction, you can call the Raleigh House and ask any question you want. It's that simple. No obligation and no cost. They will give you recommendations on how to approach the addict in your life. Of course, if you're an addict, you can call directly as well. 720-893-5559. They want you to be fully informed, especially about their program, but there is no obligation. 720-893-5559. Okay, let's go to the phones. Excel Roofing, somebody emailed a question if they want to switch types of roofs, but the other roof is less expensive, what happens?
So the insurance claim was on a lesser expensive roof and they want to go to the more expensive roof?
No, just the opposite. They have an insurance claim. They got paid, they're going to get paid, but they want to go down. They want to go to a less expensive asphalt roof, and the other one was a metal or something. What happens?
So my guess is the caller's or the emailer's question is, what happens to that money? And so if the insurance company...
what happens? What do? You do the lesser roof?
I'll do the lesser roof if that's what somebody wants me to do. So let's say it was a $10,000 claim. We're going to do a $9,000 roof. We're going to invoice them for $9,000, just what we did. And so if the insurance company gave them all of the money right up front, I guess the homeowner gets that $1,000.
Because they did suffer the loss, and they do have a lesser roof.
That's right. But most of the time, that insurance company is going to be holding some money back, that depreciation money. And so if any money's being held back, they're going to lose that money.
I know they are, because they're only going to pay for what you get. They pay for replacement. And that's the answer. They pay for replacement. So if your insurance company holds money back, or they do an inspection, or they do it based on the roofer's invoice, then it will only be what the invoice is. You don't get to keep it. But some companies don't care. They pay you for the loss, and then you take the difference. And most people don't do that. They usually upgrade, right?
Most people, they try to maximize the value of whatever the insurance company gave them, and if they can upgrade within that without having to pay out of their pocket, that's the goal of most people. Some people will pay out of their pocket to go to a nicer roof, but we don't see that very often.
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I'm going to go right to the phones right now, and it's pretty, let's see, people. Oh, Tom. Welcome, Tom. What's happening? Hello, Tom.
Hey, Tom, here's my question.
Yes.
Yesterday you were talking about a beneficiary deed versus a quitclaim, and I missed most of your show yesterday, unfortunately, but the situation is my mother-in-law gave a quitclaim deed to her house to my wife. Back probably 10-plus years ago.
Right.
But I caught part of your show yesterday, and you were talking the benefit.
Did you email us?
No, I did not.
Okay, somebody emailed me with the same exact question. Okay, so here's the deal. If you quitclaim something to someone and you don't pay for it, you inherit their basis. So if the house costs $50,000, your wife inherited that $50,000 basis. So if she sold it for I'm using simple numbers. If she sells it for $100, she would have to pay for taxes on the gain of $50. Okay? Now, if there was a beneficiary's deed, the basis is whatever the basis is at the day of death. So if the person dies, that house automatically transfers to your wife if she's the beneficiary. And there's no probate, and she gets the stepped up basis of that day. So on that day, let's say it's worth $100, and then she sells it for $100, she doesn't pay any gain, any tax on the gain. So people who think that they're smart by doing quitclaim deeds, yeah, we'll avoid probate and we'll get the house, Mom, and you don't have to worry about anything and you can live there the rest of your life, they are really screwing themselves.
And that was their thought when they did the quitclaim.
I know it was, but they screwed themselves. Now,
but also, too, with the stepped-up basis, right now real estate's still pretty high. So if she did that beneficiary deed now, say, it's maybe a $200,000 house, give or take. But if she did it now...
Doesn't matter when she does a beneficiary deed.
So it's on the day of death is when that basis kicks in.
It doesn't matter when you do and when you record the deed. It only matters on the day of death. The quitclaim, however, is the day you record it. When did you record that quitclaim?
I would say they did it probably 10-plus years ago.
It was recorded.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I think you ought to quitclaim it back.
Okay.
And then do a beneficiary's deed. There's no harm.
Is that something I'd have to go to a lawyer to do?
Why? Well, okay, I'm not going to say why. Of course, if you're asking that question, yes.
Okay.
You have to, or, I mean,
there's a brother and a sister involved as well, but they get along better than you and
how did they
Mark.
quit? How did they quitclaim?
The mom just gave it to the daughter because she wanted her. She's kind of
and the brother and the other siblings trust him.
Absolutely, unequivocally.
Yeah, I believe that that's a bad deal all the way around.
Yeah, ultimately it could be. Yeah.
It's going to be a really bad deal, especially if there's taxes. They're going to say, guess what? It's your wife's taxes, not them.
I got you.
I mean, and she gets to dole out the money and have to pay the tax and have hardly anything left, whereas the other ones just get the money.
Ah, okay.
You got a big problem. If they're both alive still, you better undo the quitclaim deed. Quitclaim it. Have them quitclaim it back. Or no, your wife quitclaims it back. Then do a beneficiary deed the right way. Do not do it with just one name. If you do, that person then gives it to the others, and it's not an inheritance. You have to make it an inheritance. You put all three on it. And you can call David Salisbury for that if you want. As far as, well, what state is it?
It's right here in Colorado.
Yeah, you can call David Salisbury. He can take care of it. But first, get the quitclaim back. Get a quitclaim deed and simply quitclaim it back, period. Just do it and then record it.
Okay.
So that quitclaim during that period did no harm, no foul.
Right, right.
That's what I would do. And then I would do a beneficiary's deed immediately.
Perfect, Tom. Thank you.
All right, man. No problem. 303-713-8255. And Betty, what's going on with you, Betty?
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Betty.
I just got my 2006 Ford Explorer transmission replaced with a rebuilt. I picked it up on Monday. My car ran very smooth before I took it in, and now it has like a little shudder in it, and you can
now,
really
why
feel
did you take it in for a transmission if it was running smoothly?
Well, the car was running smoothly. The transmission went bad.
And now you're feeling a little hiccup. Where?
You can feel it like in the steering wheel, and it's more pronounced if it's in neutral or you just have the brake on
Betty,
like at a stoplight.
Betty, who did your transmission?
It was a shop in Lyman, Colorado called Noakes.
Okay.
I'm getting ready to take it back there for him to...
That would be the good thing to do. That's the first thing.
Just in case he tries to tell me it's nothing they did, is there something in replacing the transmission? I'm hoping it's nothing major, but it just
there are plenty of things. There are plenty of things that could cause that after replacing a transmission. And if you want, here's what you want ammunition going in there. I would do it just the opposite. Just let him tell you what he tells you and then call us back. And Suzanne, give her a back line so she can get in on car day and just call right back. Just see what he says. And then we'll compare it. Rather than going in there confrontational, just do it that way.
I wonder why she's skeptical right off the bat that he's not going to do anything.
Well, I don't know either. I don't know. Because she's having a problem and she's kind of feeling a little weird. Now, that roller auction, the buy and build auction at rollerauction.com is closing now. You can still bid, right, Courtney? Or, I mean, can you?
Yes, absolutely. The first 35 items have closed, but we have 700 and something items.
So they'll keep closing. This means that if something's there for just like $17 and it's worth $1,000, you most likely will get it in these last few minutes. It's rollerauction.com, and then you go to Buy and Build's auction. I think it's still on the front page. Hit that link, and you'll find it. It's an online auction only. Can you give an example of something that might be crazy deal right now still?
You bet. I was just looking at some kitchen faucets. You know those great big pull-down kitchen faucets?
Oh, I love them.
$250 at the store, even up to $500 at the store. There's a couple of them sitting right now at $17.
$17 for faucets.
How much is the loofah up to?
I think the loofah's sitting at about $12. It's going to close pretty quick. You better jump in on it.
So go to rollerauction.com and then look for the buy and build auction. We got more coming up, and we got Brent Ivinson here to talk about the loan process and the buying process. For example, what if you want to buy and you say, hey, we got to wait till spring? A lot of people do that. What would happen then, Brent?
Well, you know, get the process started now, and here's why. A little planning in the home buying process goes a very, very, very long way. When we're trying to wrap something up and get it done in 30 days, which we can do, we sometimes miss opportunities to improve your credit, to maybe save a little bit more in down payment so that you qualify for a different loan product that might get you more home for a lower monthly payment, to work with income, assets, programs, products. If you have planning in this process, we can maximize how much home you're getting for your payment, because what we're ultimately trying to do here is get you as much home for as little payment as possible. And if we've got time to work with things, that makes that end result much, much better.
And that's Ideal Home Loans. You hear me say it all the time, for your next Ideal Home Loan, and they can help with the entire process. Even if you're thinking about buying, give them a call, 303-867-7000. 303-867-7000 or idealhomeloans.com. And when you're thinking about buying, think also about a broker. Now listen, you really don't pay more going to a broker. In fact, if you go to a good broker to buy, you're going to save. And if you use a great broker like Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, to sell, he has stats to show he sells quicker and he sells for more money. And he also sells more of his own listings than other brokers, which means he doesn't just put up a sign and walk away. He works for the money, and he'll never hold you to a long-term contract to prove it. He wants to earn your trust every day. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
This report is brought to you by SoFi Personal
For the most part, the highway drive up to...
So we're going to talk to you in a couple of minutes, okay? What's your first name, sir? Mike. Mike.
If you want to sit over here, I can give you a headphone.
Yeah, good. Have them sit over there.
When they weld them back together, if they don't...
Man, California. Mike, was that your company there, bro?
Yes.
Exactly what they do.
What is it? Carpet
Doctor.
How long have you been doing that?
20 years.
What kind of changes? Hot water?
Yeah. Once you get some drive, it won't be as bad. But when it's
how's it treating you?
I do a little different than everybody else. I do a flat rate. So
you do? I like that. How do you do that? Tell me how you do that.
Whole house, $139.99
for the whole house.
Holy shit!
Yeah, and some houses are much bigger.
Wait, what is the flat rate?
$139
for a house
with a rotary tool, quick drying.
Let's talk about plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. When you think of
those vital home services, I want you to think of Plumbline Services. I've known them for more than 30 years. I've known Jeff. Jeff is the real deal. He wants to give you quality. Here's how they do it. First of all, the appointments are kept on time, and prices are given up front before work begins, and 100% satisfaction guaranteed. You get right now more than $2,000 off on a furnace. You can save more than $2,000. In fact, when you get the furnace AC combo, you get the furnace free. So all you have to do is call for details. That's a true deal. So if you need them, they're coupled, and you get the furnace free. And that comes along with 0% financing for up to a year, and you have 10-year parts and labor warranty. PlumlineServices.com, 303-586-1086. A company you can trust. 303-586-1086.
Affordable interest mortgage still has rates in the mid-3.
Sorry. So, $139 for a house? No, you can't do that, sir.
I do.
You're an idiot. No, I'm just kidding. No, how big are the houses?
Rubber?
They're tumbleweed tiny homes.
No, I sometimes you do get customers that 4,000 square foot house, but I'll still do it.
No.
Yeah, because I'm doing like 300 jobs a month. 300 houses. So I mean, it's just me now. I used to have 6 guys. I got rid of all the employees.
You're doing all that by yourself?
He's probably making more money too.
You make
when he has the 6
you make more money than you make more money, I think, because there's not as much stress, and you don't get the complaints. Because you're doing it yourself, so you don't get all those.
We got to get them on.
You don't even have a partner?
I'm gonna put them on.
What's that?
You don't even have a helper? One guy?
No,
to help you move furniture or something?
I don't move a lot of furniture.
Bring that up when we're talking about it, though.
So you do around the furniture?
Mostly. Now I move furniture if they ask, but most people know they're getting it for
$139. You do a good job?
I'm on Yelp. I've got all kinds of, everything's A+. Yelp, I've got all kinds of good reviews.
Well, you can't make any more business.
I just did, I'm telling you, I just did, Russ.
Mark, he can't.
He's going to shoot me when he comes over.
He can't take any more work.
Well, there's just December, January, February. Our do slow down, probably just like everybody's house.
I'm going to get him over quick.
Just like the duck cleaning.
But we don't have a lot of time. But when you talk about like Zero Res, and I know they're
good people, but I don't care. I'll talk.
I don't like some of their commercials because they make their other carpet cleaners sound like they're just kind of scum, and that we leave soap and we have felons working for us.
No. Listen, hold on.
You leave emulsifiers?
Mike, I never talk about that.
No, I know you don't.
No, I don't talk about other guys being.
He's saying they're TV.
But tell me about this. What about the empowered water? There's nothing wrong with that.
I could do empowered water.
Then why don't you?
Because I tried it, and it just doesn't get clean. And I do a lot of carpets. Again, not to bash it, but I get a lot of Zero Res complaints that I've done that I go do, and they said that
Well, I want to know more about that because we're all about truth here, brother. We are all about truth.
Oh, yeah. We do it every January.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show, 303-713-TALK. Now, JR has a comment on owning businesses and rejecting customers who said people should have a right. Now, obviously, we're not talking about discrimination, but I think people have a right. If you're a pain in the ass or they perceive you to be a nitpicker. In fact, I give a seminar when I give my business talks on how to get out of, how not to take customers. Jay, there are customers you flat out know will give you a hard time and you don't bother taking them.
Oh, absolutely. And they show you the red flags up front most of the time as well. And so we look for those red flags, and if it looks like somebody that is not a good fit for our company, that's what we'll tell them.
I was selling a motorhome one time, and a woman came and says, I'm looking for my boss so-and-so. He wouldn't come. He doesn't like flying because of the dirty air and in the plane. And she was his representative, and she was doing something for him, videotaping and stuff. And I opened the door of the RV, and she starts at the threshold piece of metal that you first step on into the door. She went down and took out her camera and took a picture of it with a macro lens. And she says, do you know there are some scratches on here? And I said, people walk on the damn thing to enter the RV. And then she said, and then she took, I wish I was joking, a magnifying glass and started looking at the carpet, the carpet on the steps and going up and then making notes. And I said, ma'am, let's just cut this short, okay? First, I'm not going to lower my price. And second, I don't want to do business with the guy. I just know I don't. And she said, oh, he's a wonderful man. And she starts talking, and all of a sudden she busts out crying. And I said, ma'am, what's the matter? I mean, you could tell that this guy was like a Howard Hughes or something, and he came to look at this, and that's an exaggerated example of just not wanting to do business with people.
But she showed you the red flags right off the bat, and you recognized them.
So JR has a comment. Go ahead, JR.
Tom, you need to have a show that says, this really irks me, and let people call in, because to me, if I own a small business and I'm not federally funded, it's my little business, whether it be a maintenance business, a cake shop business, whatever it is, I should be able to let anybody I want buy my stuff. If I decide when you come in, you know what, I'm not serving you, I don't like your attitude, or you're demanding, or you're whatever, it doesn't even matter why. If I'm a small business guy, I mean, forget about hurting somebody's feelings. Our whole country is in that mode now. Oh, you hurt my feelings. Wait a minute, this is my business. You don't pay my bills. You don't pay my rent. You don't pay. I should be able to serve anyone or not serve anyone that I want to.
Well, there's protective classes, though, man. You can't not serve someone because of the color of their skin, for example.
I get that. That's under the American Disabilities Act as well. And just, you know.
Well, give me an idea of why you would turn someone down, because I'm mostly in agreement with you, but give me an idea.
Okay. Well, and I don't want to point in any direction because I do run a business and I work for a prominent company as well. But I'm giving my opinion of, for example, a Christian couple owns a company and they don't want to serve these people because they are this or they are that. And they're making this for them, and they should have the right to go, you know what, that's not my beliefs, or that's not under my beliefs, or that's not what I want to do. I don't feel good about doing this, and I just don't. I don't want to do this, or I don't want to work at your house and be invited into your house because of this or that.
I think most people, don't you think that most people would respect that as a belief if they said, I just don't believe in that? I think most people would. I really do. If somebody said, I think it's where, as Mark said, it goes beyond common sense. And what if they don't believe that black people are at par? And I don't know of any religion. Maybe I shouldn't bring this up, but maybe there are people who are weird and think that they are not equal because of something biblical. There's nothing in the Bible. I'm not saying there is. I'm just saying, what if there was a weird interpretation by someone? Do we respect that belief? In other words, do we just respect a belief just because it's a belief?
Or what about because it's my business and I want to run my business a certain way, and these people aren't paying for my business, they're not paying my bills. I want to serve.
Do you think anyone should be able to turn down anything for any reason?
Pretty darn close.
Okay, thank you. You said it, right? 303-713-TALK. Okay, Chris has been waiting a very long time. Chris, go ahead. Chris.
Tom, so I'm actually at the Littleton Cafe. I saw you here like 2 summers ago. I know you've been here.
The Littleton Cafe. That sounds familiar. Where is it on the main street there?
It's like Littleton and Detora, right by the old Savers.
Yeah. So what about it, man? What's happening?
Used to be the old village.
Yeah.
And in any event, I was hoping to talk to Joe Lazera.
What's happening?
I'm going on, my second relapse on DUI probation.
What does that mean? What does that mean, a relapse on DUI probation? What does that mean?
So I failed my first UA, and now I'm looking at my second UA.
He called in a few weeks ago.
Are you alcoholic, Chris?
Yeah, no, I am, and so that's why I called the last time, because I was kind of worried it was going to happen. She let it slide, but
so what do you need help with? I mean, an attorney, if you truly did not pass, an attorney can't help you much.
Well, no, I mean, she was just saying that the next time is going to be an ankle monitor, and so, but I really don't have. I'm indigent. I don't have any money. I know that to have the ankle monitor, it takes a lot of money, and you got to come in once a week. So
he's the one that called and just wanted to go to jail, right?
Yeah, so I was able to stay sober and be compliant, but I messed up again 2 days ago, and I have to test tomorrow because I put in my color came up when I called in on the line.
What do you want?
So, well, I was just hoping.
What do you want us to do?
Well, I was hoping Joe might be able to tell me what I could expect, whether am I going to be going to jail for
Probably.
a long time?
First of all, he's loaded right now, so I don't think he's even going to remember this conversation the next day.
Can you tell? Can you tell that?
Of course you can.
I can't tell. Chris?
Yeah, no, I've been drinking this morning, yeah.
Okay. Well, Mark, the guy he's crying for help.
That's fine. Have Joe call maybe in the morning before he starts drinking or something along those lines. We've had this conversation 3 weeks ago with the guy.
You're gonna probably go to jail, and then you'll dry out.
He wanted to go to jail.
Well, you will, Chris. Are you there?
Yeah. Well, I really don't know where I want to go with this. Obviously I can't stay sober. I thought I'd be able to. I did for 2 months, and then just the cravings were just too much.
Okay, you need help, Chris. But you don't have money to go to a conventional center, right?
Well, I mean, I've heard of Step 13.
Step 13 or Salvation Army.
Yeah, but if he's drinking, they're not going to let him in. Step 13 won't.
No, but you go there and then stop drinking. That's the point.
But he doesn't.
No, I know, but he's not tried those 2 programs. Have you?
No, I haven't. I haven't tried them yet. But
Chris, people who don't have an addiction probably don't identify with you, but you say the cravings, and a lot of people mistake that with willpower and all of that. And some of it's willpower, some of it's just plain sickness. You just need help.
Well,
but you need to make a step. You need to make a step, man. You need to take.
It's like your old producer, Mike. It's just he been in any programs or anything over the years?
No, because he likes being a drunk. He likes his life. He's managed to be functional. Okay, he hung up. All right. I don't even know what. Does the guy want help, or is he just yanking our chain? I don't know.
He's yanking it.
But he always seems to mention Mike. Why is that?
I don't know if he did that last time. I mean, it's evident the guy's got problems, but at the same time, he doesn't want any help.
He waited an awful long time to tell us that.
You don't think he's reaching out, or do you think he's just a phone drunk, or what?
Nah, I've heard
a radio phone drunk.
It's the same thing as last time. There was no difference in this conversation.
Okay, this is open enrollment right now, which is very important for you to know. What is open enrollment? We have to buy health insurance. No matter what the changes are, okay? It's mandatory you buy health insurance now for the next year, or you will be fined. And I can think of no better way to do it than with Integra Insurance. Integra is an insurance broker. You will not pay any more money going through a broker. So please help yourself by going through them. It is brain damage. There are so many plans out there and so many different benefits and disadvantages. You need someone to point them out to you. You may like this program, but wait, this one has this option, or this one has another option. They'll give you 3 or 4 choices. Then they'll tell you why you should pick one or the other. I love the way they do business. In fact, I think when it comes to all professions, these health insurance brokers work for so little when it comes to commission. For the service you get, it's incredible. And you don't save going direct. So don't get messed up in that exchange. Let them help you. 303-466-5500. 303-466-5500. Call them. 303-466-5500.
From the Fox Business Network, all Wall Street stocks are mixed in afternoon trading following 3 days of losses. And United Health Group, the nation's biggest...
All kinds of reasons. He doesn't want to stop. He doesn't go to a doctor. I mean, antabuse is a very serious drug. They don't just prescribe that. Right. They make sure you're serious.
So he's got to put that all up.
Well, and they have to come in every day. They have to come in every day and be given
for antabuse.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the counselor, whoever's in charge of it.
What can I set an appointment up?
Whenever you want. Do whenever.
How they drink it.
Yeah, January, December, January, February is slowest month.
Okay.
So summertime is when I do most of it. But
who is this guy? Chester Bennington.
Now there's a nut.
He is a fucking. Who? Chester Bennington.
Do you have
Why'd you bring up his name? What is the story on the guy? He hog-tied himself, threw himself in a swimming pool to commit suicide. Had second thoughts and somehow got out of his own doing. Then a week later he hung himself and actually killed himself. His wife went to the coroner and wanted the first thing where he hog-tied himself redacted from the actual report. Why?
But you know, you get so many.
I don't know.
Life
insurance. But they did it.
And that's all. I'll move over.
She quoted marital privilege.
Life insurance is only going to. That's a waiting period.
Yeah, but either way,
you know, a lot of other companies charge for how much time.
That's the part that's...
No, suicide is covered under certain circumstances.
No, in each state, it's in Colorado, it's 1 year. They can't exclude it. It's excluded for 1 year, then they have to cover it.
How much time was there?
In some states, it's 2 years.
Mark, how much time was there between the 2 suicides?
Let me see here.
Because maybe
9 months ago.
Oh, well, maybe she was trying to get that taken off so that he could get insurance.
What's so weird, he got extremely drunk, hog-tied himself, threw himself into a swimming pool, and a suicide.
Yeah.
With handcuffs? That's the only way you can do it with handcuffs.
Well, he's a fucking magician then, because he got out of it.
Hey, Tom.
What?
So you don't need glasses at all anymore?
Not one.
So
I have these for tiny. I've not used them yet. I just got these because I found them in my drawer, and I said, you know, I'm going to take it because every once in a while there's something so tiny, but I haven't. No, I haven't used it.
And it's anybody can have that surgery. I asked because
anyone. You don't have to be old.
They told me I've had 2 different doctors tell me that. Oh, you have to have cataracts, like you just said.
We have to go to Icon. You don't have to have cataracts.
That's what they don't.
No, you don't have to.
Well, no. You go to Icon and say you want a clear lens exchange.
If you want to pay for it for insurance.
Yeah, insurance.
You have to have cataracts.
Oh.
I refunded her. I don't know what she's talking about.
And you had cataracts,
Still
Tom?
pay for that?
All right. If you have cataracts.
Tom, did you have cataracts? Did you have cataracts?
No, she had to pay the whole thing. Insurance didn't cover it.
Right. Well, no. Oh, that's probably what they're telling you is insurance doesn't.
Yeah.
Insurance doesn't cover it generally anyhow.
No, I think they'll pay up to a regular lens.
Oh, if you have cataracts. Yeah, well, whatever regular.
But I can see far. I just can't. It's getting that close-up stuff. It's just getting really hard.
I'm just young.
You're a young kid.
I know.
I could do.
Actually, I'm not that young. Everybody thinks I'm a lot younger than
Oh, are you young, are you?
Yeah. Well, how old do you think I am?
38.
38. 45.
You do look younger.
Most people think I'm one.
Because you dye your hair.
Dan's 23.
I got
it's been a hard life.
You look you look younger than 45 for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And your voice is about younger too.
As long as it's not over the phone.
Tom Martino here. Welcome. Mark Trenner, Trenner Law. If you have an invention,
You want to get a trademark or a copyright, Mark Trenner. Don't go online and get ripped off with these 1-800 numbers, 720-221-3708, 720-221-3708. Mark Trenner, Trenner Law, on my referral list at referralist.com. Do we have any screaming deals coming up from you, Jay Bretz?
No screaming deals right now. We are trying to wrap up all of the business from the hailstorm for 2017, and then as we get into 2018, we'll do some more.
Are you still? Do you still have the attic fans that
we
are
do.
Completely? There's nothing to install them. You just drop them in that hole there. You screw them in. They take no power because they're solar and no wiring at all.
Absolutely.
And they come on and off when needed.
And literally, they are cool. It's a solar-powered attic fan. We put it up there, $7.99 installed. If somebody just wants one without a roof, $7.99. And like you're saying, you don't have to bother with an electrician, and the wind or the sun powers them. They're silent. You can't even hear them. I've had people call me up.
And they keep your attic at a constant temperature.
They move so much air that it keeps the attic about the same temperature as the outside air, which reduces the air conditioning costs.
Did it work? Does it work during the eclipse?
Only.
And then what about
only when the?
Hold on. It reduces air conditioning costs. What does it do for heating?
It's not going to do anything for your heating, but if it does run during the wintertime, if you've got moisture in your attic, it's going to pull the moisture out, which is important.
It's good year-round.
Yep.
George has a comment. Go ahead, George.
Good afternoon, Tom.
Yes.
Listen, we talked a little bit about the accommodation, and you asked one of your callers, if you owned a business. Well, actually, I'm sorry, not your callers, but your guest there. Customers when they're going to cause trouble, where they have the potentiality of causing trouble. So, you say, I don't want to do business with you. And where is that line, legally, et cetera?
That's what I've been saying.
Suggest, based on the interaction.
First of all, you don't tell them you're a pain in the ass, okay?
No, of course not. But based on the interaction, the questions and the responses at the Supreme Court recently, I think the line could be clear. It's not about who the person is. It's not about identity. It's about their behavior, certain behaviors. So there are certain protected classes, but that's about identity, not behavior.
Right, that's right.
So, for instance, the Master Jack Phillips, he gladly, very happily, sir, had no problem serving folks who are gay.
Everyone,
whether it be off the shelf, and this was put out there in the arguments, oral arguments, whether it be off the shelf products, no problem. Even for a gay wedding, he would have no problem giving them off the shelf cakes.
He would also bake one as long as it wasn't custom.
Right. The customization changed everything as well as the behavior, because it wasn't about them. It was about behavior. So if someone came in who was black, that's about identity. That's not about behavior.
Right.
So there's the line. It's about identity.
I like that. I like that line, George. I like it. So, I mean, that's a good way of looking at it. It's the identity, not the... if you base it on the identity, it could be a problem. But if you base it on behavior, that's different. Okay. And that's the same with people with businesses. If somebody acts like a jerk, you don't want to do business with them. Keith, you have a question about refusing service.
Well, that pretty much just answered it. It's identity versus behavior, because I walk into stores all the time and I still see we have the right to refuse service to anyone.
Right.
And also, I'm a contractor and I refuse to work with people, but it's essentially because of their behavior. And I've never had to say, of course, it's never come up that I've had to say, well, it's not because of their identity, it is because of their behavior.
Now, Keith, give me an idea of why you would turn down someone.
I've turned down people because they were just outright rude or too demanding on jobs.
Okay.
That I knew they were going to be a pain in the rear. So I knew that I was either going to lose money on the service end of it, or they were going to be so picky and so overwhelmingly it was not going to be an enjoyable experience on my part, and I was going to potentially lose money, and that's where I walk away.
Yeah, there was a time where years ago, I found it difficult to find people because they would not do, they thought I was going to, ruin their business if they did something wrong, or I was going to go crazy, and I don't. I mean, I'm probably one of the easiest customers in the world, literally. But it is a perception. You have to make your best judgment when you have a business. We have a guy here that I want to talk to, speaking of business. He has Carpet Doctor, and his name's Mike. And Mike did something, Mark, that really impressed you.
Oh, it was great, man. We talked about this. This poor guy called up last week, and he needed a fridge. So he went to a pawn store, and unfortunately...
He put it on layaway.
He put a $30 fridge on layaway, and he finally, paid it off, picked it up, and it was a bum fridge. It didn't work.
And then the guy said, well, we'll restock it and give your money back, but we're going to charge you 10%.
It was
He charged him $3 for restocking, which we don't care. At least we got the money back, or Deputy Clint got the money back. And then...
so he's listening.
You're right.
And he goes out to either Best Buy or Walmart, buys him a brand new fridge, which I'm going to deliver to the guy either today or tomorrow.
Get some video of that.
Plus, we're going to give him a $100 gift certificate to
Good.
King's.
So that is great. And what possessed you to do that, Mike?
Actually, it was just, I heard it on the radio, and I just felt bad and decided it was my time to do something.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Now, you were talking to us off the air, and we thought you were either crazy or the best thing we've ever heard.
I know.
And there are no hidden fees. There's nothing weird. Now, we don't... Now, I want to say this, not because he's... I have no idea if he's... I assume he's good. He has great reviews. He's not on the referral list. I don't say that as an indictment. He is so busy... I don't even know if we'd benefit him with more work because he's so busy and he does everything himself. Now, having said that, the only reason I'm saying that is I don't want to be blamed if you call him, and something goes wrong. He seems like a great guy. Okay, I just want to say that, and he does carpet cleaning for a flat rate.
Unheard of.
Now, for a house. Now, I said, what size house? He goes, just a flat rate. And I said, no, you can't do that. He goes, yeah. I said, well, what happens if you show up and somebody's got a 4,000 or 5,000 square foot house? He says, same price. I said, if they have a small house, same price. If they have a medium house, same price. If they have a condo, same price. Or he can't do a condo probably with the truck mount.
No, I can't.
Okay.
But what's more ridiculous is what that price is.
Now, he does... Do you want me to say... Because you're going to be swamped.
Oh, absolutely.
He does, no questions asked.
It's crazy.
Flat rate pricing for houses. $139. Is that true?
That's correct.
His competition...
Hold on. Are there any extra charges whatsoever?
None. And stairs are included, and it's a truck-mounted $100,000 unit with a quick-dry rotary tool.
There's something
We've got to check him out. I mean,
there's
literally,
weird.
That's what it comes down to.
There's something weird. I mean, no, I don't mean that as a bad thing. But
I see coupons out there that are, 3 rooms for more than that, let alone the whole house.
Have you ever shown up to a house and said, oh, my God, why did I do this?
Yes.
But you still do it.
You still do it, yes. You still do it. I mean, the referrals are crazy. I get more referrals, and I advertise in Valpak and stuff like that, but I get more...
Now, you got to advertise. Well, see, there's no way. I mean, we would keep you so busy you wouldn't even know what to do.
Well, I don't even want to give his number out until he gets over and does my house.
I'll give his number out if he wants us to.
I did actually advertise on your show.
Did you?
In the 90s.
Really? You've been listening that long? Okay, so what is your phone number? Folks, really, honest to God, I mean, he
139.
I mean, I just can't believe. So you truly go through. Do you charge like extra for pre-treat or extra?
There is no extra charges of anything. I don't even go there to sell anything. I won't even upsell anything because I want to be that company that they're not afraid to hire and talk to.
All right. What's your phone number?
720.
You're going to blow up.
298-0352. I would even do a screaming deal today.
What?
No,
I won't even let you. 139 for a house? No.
Seriously,
720-298-0352. People, if you call, please let me know how it goes. I mean, this isn't a commercial. I'm just doing this because I couldn't believe him. 139 for a house. Let me know how it goes. Carpet Doctor, 720-298-0352. Okay, what do I have to do now, Bruiser? Rocky's Auto, 63rd and Federal. What if I told you that Rocky's was selling a car for a flat rate of $139? No, that ain't going to happen. Listen, Rocky's Autos is a great place. 63rd and Federal, Monday through Saturday, 9 to 8. They have all price ranges, but what I really love is their variety in financing. They have 40 lenders to choose from, and they truly have one thing in mind: getting you the right car for you, and then getting you finance, paying you the best value for your trade, and getting you down the road. They're not interested in calling you back a few days later with problems like some dealers do. Some dealers, that is their model. They literally just shove you in a car and get you out the door, and they don't care about the financing. They figure they'll just call you back and have you bring in more money or bring the car back. Look, at Rockies plays no games. If you want to go see him, you go see him Monday through Saturday, 9 to 8, 303-426-4646.
This report is brought to you by Indeed.com.
The highway drive in the metro area wide open for the lunch hour as it continues. Off highway, got a serious crash, Colorado Boulevard and 121st. That's pretty much shut down. Crash involving a motorcycle and a couple of vehicles. Police are on the scene. Just avoid the area altogether. Back out on the highways, I-25 wide open through downtown. No delays north and southbound, really. Just a little bit of slowing on eastbound 6th Avenue on the approach to the southbound I-25 ramp. Otherwise, things are looking good. The weather forecast mostly sunny today. Chilly, a high of only 35. Tonight, partly cloudy overnight with a low of 17. Right now, partly cloudy and 32. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner. 630 K-How.
Are you hiring? Join over 3 million businesses that use Indeed.com for hiring. You can post a job in minutes and manage your candidates from an easy-to-use dashboard. Post your next job on the world's #1 job site, Indeed.com.
Forgotten the call. They put in the request. Deal. You know, video games and $100 things, right? I ended up, my God, what would you do for
the screening deal? Usually, okay, so I have two deals. I have a $99 one and a $139. The $139 I try to really grab five things. The $99 one you're doing with the one like everybody else uses. The $139 you use the rotary wheel, which is you're cleaning all sides of the carpet. It basically looks like a buffer, but it's not a buffer. It spins, but it's basically like 6 bars. Yeah, it's on a stainless steel bottom, like a squeeze. Right, it's spinning around. So you're able to actually.
But that's just for the extraction.
No, it's the whole system.
Yeah. But it's not that thing that spins.
It does spin.
It's not an agitator.
And it's not
a shampoo.
Others don't. Well, when that season changes and it gets changed out for the new spring.
I got Monday. Monday I'm doing it. Monday at 2.
Doing ours tomorrow.
Is he your buyer or do you do mine?
That's my brother. He's the buyer mostly.
I don't have nearly as much.
We have ours closed out.
My square footage.
My building incorporated, so I do.
You don't want to know our square footage.
Ross's house is
our
huge.
basement is the
It was pretty big. It's a big house.
I take a bunch of stuff from him.
But you know, honestly, all just carpet.
So it's all down there.
Probably did
Doesn't Ross
1,800 square feet of carpet.
So does he
Most of the houses tile.
Well, he does in the same building, but it's wholesale only.
How many?
So you have to have a ship the next ID to buy it from.
And you know, to be honest with you, most houses
basically what I
are
do is I
1,500
buy
to
it from
1,800
him
square
on
feet.
commission.
So 90% of them, you know, there are people, and speaking of turning down people, I have definitely turned down people. Definitely. Because there are people you go out to, people that you go out to that you just, you don't want to think about.
You know, you go in a big store.
They're going to look. There's certain areas of town that you know
are what they want.
They like the little stuff.
All of them. Are you shitting me?
I mean, I've been doing this so long.
You don't car day.
It's almost like you
don't put a value.
Almost like
we do.
No, I mean, every year at Christmas, my brother's kids, now they're getting older, so it's not the same as stocking.
No,
the one thing about charging, how many
I'm going to do all this for you. So how many seconds? 8? On the money. Exactly 7.
It's a great business model. It's just, it would be hard to do if I had a bunch of employees.
No, I will. Check it out. Right.
Like I said, for me, I totally agree with you. No furniture.
It's kind of fun. And I actually love it down there too. I'm still a kid at heart.
You know, I can do it for our regular endorsement clients too. And then we'll say, what do you
So
on the video,
it's fun down there. It's like an organized flea market.
Nothing here, right?
I'm his muscle if he goes out.
All right, I got a special thing here. Listen, this West Bowles Community Church does a special show. It is a wonderful show. If you're looking for something to do with your kids, your family, we're going to give away tickets each day. And this is just a community thing here. This is a nonprofit. This is a church. It's not a big money maker, but they do charge for this show because it's huge. It's wonderful. They're on. It's the show production. They're on the 15th, the 16th, and the 17th of the month here.
Okay? 15th, 16th, and 17th. We're going to give away tickets. So if you want a pair of tickets, if you call, you got to be the first couple to call right now. And we'll do this every day. It's a beautiful show. It's got a script, original script. Every year it's different. It's about the birth of Christ. Script, choir, orchestra, dance, drama, and cutting-edge technology. It's really wonderful. It's at West Bowles Community Church. Here's the number, 303-972-4904. 303-972-4904. This show's jam-packed with things. You never know what you're going to get. Like that carpet deal we just did. Holy crap. $139.
Did we give his number out?
Yeah. It's $139, no question asked, for the carpet doctor to clean your house.
You know what you guys
720-298-0352. Listen, we just met the guy. He's a great guy, so it's not like we're,
Don't pay him up front.
But he's been listening to the show like 30 years. Okay, Anthony, what is your comment?
Hey, I know it's a couple segments behind, but
it's okay.
The analogy with the umbrella drink when
yes.
you were talking about
what I said was, if somebody came in, some guy tried to give another analogy I didn't think was accurate. But what I said was, he said, what if I make my drink special for you but not for the other guy? No, it's not so much the drink. He was willing to do the drink, and I'll give you the drink, I'll give you the beer.
Right.
But if you want that special umbrella on the drink that has two men embraced in sex, and I don't believe in that, I'm not going to do it, but I'll give you the other umbrella. And again, this is not my personal feeling. I was trying to find an analogy. What did you want to say about it?
Well, the analogy I would use would be having a Christian minister or priest conduct an Arabic wedding.
Okay, he wouldn't do it.
They would say no because it's on the...
Or vice versa, of course.
Religious freedom. Right.
That's right. That's a good point. That's a good one. Thank you. Look, I think it all comes down to this. Everyone should be respected and have equal freedoms, rights, responsibilities. That's how I feel.
Generally speaking, though, people that are in business, okay, the one color they see, the one thing they generally do is green. It's that money. So most people aren't going to care.
Tom, your turn. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, analogy train rolling, like the guy that called in and said, hey, it's his business, why can't he deny service? Well, there was a time that somebody said, hey, it's okay if you don't know how to work on your car, because as long as you learn how to build this house, you'll get the money to have somebody work on your car. So where's the line between, hey, man, I need this done for my money, and no, I don't have to do it for you because it's my business? I think that's the line we need to consider. And also, I've bought a lot of guns in Colorado. If there's any Christian gun sellers, they've never been worried about what I'm going to use that gun for, much less where a cake is going. So I think it's definitely a religious situation, but religious people need to remember, if you worship Jesus, he said he's judging you. Like, he's not judging you based on what somebody else did. You decided not to marry a man. That doesn't mean you can't just throw two plastic men on top of a cake and sell it.
Well, that's your interpretation. I understand it, Tom. Right. I know what you're saying. You're saying, listen, worry about your own behavior, and what harm is it if you put two men on a cake? I know what you're saying. But he feels like by decorating it a special way, putting special wording on it and special figurines, that he is somehow taking part in it. I mean, I believe that's what he's saying. Elizabeth, what's happening with you? Oh, Elizabeth, listen. Are you injured in a car accident? Or do you want to know about the property? Well, listen, we're going to run out of time. I can tell already.
She's a newbie. Okay,
we're going to get you back on tomorrow, okay? I'm Troubleshooter Tom Martino. Excel Roofing, thank you for being here. Their number is 303-761-6400 for the best. ExcelRoofing.com, 303-761-6400. When it comes to servicing your car...
I don't want to work for.
Yeah?
I just schedule them out so far that...
Thank you. I'm sorry I ran out of time.
There's two ways to do it. The first one is with because we don't have a set price. So the pricing, and the other one is we're straight up honest and say, you know what, we don't think this is a good fit.
I might still do something for you so we can have.
I told the guy 2 weeks ago, I said, I just don't think we can make it.
No, I appreciate it.
That's a good, honest answer.
That was it.
I know. I only come in here.
It's a failure on your part if you don't
refrigerator guy, do you remember? Yeah.
Who does your website? Hopefully Suzanne took
Get found fast, and they're in the process of doing it right now. It should be live in about another week or two. Yeah, I really like them. My current website's horrible, so if you look at it now, it's terrible.
Hey, see you. Nice meeting you, man. Thank you very much.
We'll give you a call if you ever.
Thank you.
Try
In 2 weeks, I got a new one coming. These guys are actually free car cleanings with every new because they have been around forever. They have blog sites that have been around for over 10 years.
You know what? That's
the blog sites where they talk about us. It's really sends traffic. So I get 4 or 5 calls emails a day on my website now when I used to get.
So what counts? Not what I hear, not what anyone thinks.
Include a free carpet cleaning,
and you're not paying
with every